Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen, here on Dork Tales. I hope you're all doing well tonight. I'm your Dungeon Master Kelly. Are you seeing him? And folks, we're back after a week off doing our How to Run. So I hope you all had a nice long weekend if you get those. And I'm excited to be getting into this. But before we do, a couple of quick announcements. The characters are going into the Northern Wastes, which is a particularly fraught area for streaming. So folks, we're going to be doing it kind of a little like, I'm going to guide you through a little with some story elements, but I sent you all a map of the Northern Wastes earlier, so please take a look at that. And you see how it's full of hexes? It's got like I don't know, 200 hexes on it. Every hex is a day of travel.
Oh shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So
yeah,
so
it says 6 miles. That's a chunk.
yeah, well, especially
what was this
when
map
it's
thing? I might have missed the map thing.
it's in our private chat back in
behind all of the Pixabay stuff that you
Nope.
said.
Yes,
very
I had
recent
to
after
mute my
It's very-
phone from that.
It's very recent. I just found it.
So anyway,
Okay.
someone report it. Anyway, folks, we're going to be getting through that. I also want to thank Tessa Maps for providing us some maps for encounters. Tessa Maps is a map maker that you can find over on Dungeon Masters Guild. They're very reasonable, and they are kind enough to let streamers use their maps for free. So thank you so much, Tessa, for allowing us to do that. It's nice to have some maps for the actual combats. But before we do any combat, before we do any of that, we should probably do a round of introductions so you can meet everybody. Let's go ahead and start with Christine.
Hello, I'm Christine. I use she, her pronouns, and I play Kelara Vingard, our human cleric of Michikel.
Fantastic. Good to have you back. Over to Chris.
Hello, I'm Chris. I play Godfrey Highvalor, the fighter, battle master, wannabe knight of Solamnia. I use he, him, or they pronouns, and looking forward to getting things going tonight. It's been too long since we last played. I need my fix.
All right. Down to Robin.
Hello, I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns, as does our lovely little. Sorry, excuse me for a second. I drank some pop right before I started talking, and that was a mistake. I play our lovely Kender swashbuckling rogue, Rizira Moonbrush. And looking forward to game. It feels like it's been more than a week. It's just been a week that we were doing, like, yeah. But looking forward to it. I love her so much.
Well, everybody loves her, and everybody also loves Aurontiros. Hey, Cal, how's it going?
Hello, it's going well. Thank you. My name is Cal. I use he, him pronouns, and I am playing everyone's possibly favorite elf. Aurontiros Caledon. They are a bard from the College of Lore, which definitely means they are well read and have a very high int.
Definitely well read and well bred.
I would say you're the only elf we know, so that inherently makes you the most favorite and the least favorite at the same time.
That's true.
You could have fooled us.
Nice. All right. And finally, last but not least, over to Jen.
Hey, I'm Jen. I use she, her pronouns, and so does Hazeal, our dwarven lunar sorcerer, who has an axe that is definitely not a problem.
It's definitely a solution. I think
It is a solution. It was very much a solution last game.
Definitely.
It's totally a solution to your uncursed state by making you now
Yes, now
cursed.
you're cursed.
Yeah. I mean, somebody has to be cursed, right? All right, so folks, we are going to be heading into game in just 1 minute. Before we do, I wanted to take a moment and thank our sponsor for today. Continuing on into April, we are sponsored by Bookwyrm Games, which is a Vancouver area-based dice proprietor who does all sorts of things. Some of the best dice imaginable, everything from normal dice to acrylic dice, to resin dice, to wood dice, to gemstone dice, to edible dice, and more. You can definitely go and check them out at bookwyrmgames.com. That's bookworm like a dragon, not like a thing that birds eat, unless that'd be a hell of a bird.
Wyrm.
A wyrm. Yeah. So definitely go check them out, and definitely go check out their quest chests at questchest.info. Their quest chests are these self-contained, system-agnostic game-in-a-boxes that allow you to have 1 to 8, or if your players are really slow, like 50 sessions of enjoyment off of a single box. These boxes are full of maps, handouts, music, sometimes coffee and tea, and other edible delights. Not edible delights. That's a different subscription service, but a fantastic group that you should definitely check out. Visit them at bookwyrmgames.com and use code DorkTales to save 10%. And if your shipping is 100 Canadian dollars, which is like 70 US right now, or something like that, it is a free shipping, which is pretty great. And just in, they also have just acquired Gemstone D10 sets if you're into the Chronicles of the World of Darkness gaming styles, which I'm very happy that I have a set, and I will be showing those
I'm
off
so
a
jelly.
lot more on Saturday.
I know, I'm so jelly.
But they're a fantastic, fantastic group, and I think you should go and support them. Also, last shout out that I want to say is that next weekend on April 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, on this channel, we are hosting Dork Tales Expo, which is an online convention and fundraiser for the channel, where we're trying to basically build up a war chest for the rest of the year so we can afford art, music, and all the stuff that helps Dork Tales function. Admission is free, but if you want to donate during the event, we will have a tip jar out and are going to have a number of raffles and other paid events that you can get access to, which includes a signed copy of Call of the Netherdeep with all of my notes and post-its and everything still in. It's pretty messy, guys. I think you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it, but it is a signed piece of memorabilia from the entire cast, and we're gonna have even more stuff available as well. It's gonna be a fantastic time. We have guests from all sorts of other channels. We have all the Dork Tales team showing up, and what's more, there's not 1, not 2 events per day, but over the course of the weekend, I believe we are at 21 or 22 panels. So everything ranging from how to use music in your tabletop games to things like feminism and gender identity inside of tabletop games, to ways to be a better player, better dungeon master, and more. You definitely want to be here for this. That starts around 4:30 p.m. Pacific on Friday, April 21st. So I hope you'll join us for that. And if not, you can catch it on YouTube later. The donation links are going to be up, so you can donate whenever if you are interested in doing so. I think that's all my spieling today. Does anybody have anything else they need to announce?
I'm good.
No.
You're good? Okay.
I forgot to mention my lovely insane cloak for Rizira.
Yeah, so you just got a new cloak. Does anybody have any questions? It's been 2 weeks, so if anybody has any questions about what is going on in the game, please let me know. Also, a quick shout out to our Patreon, which is only 5 patrons away from getting a Star Trek Adventures game. Now, as of like literally right now, I just got a notification. So I'm
Sweet.
pretty right. Anybody have any questions about last episode?
Yeah, my question is directed to Hazeal. What the fuck?
That's probably a pretty good question.
I guess we'll see. What the fuck.
Yeah, also, my question is, between Godfrey and Aurontiros, who's Kelara going to have to knock out this session?
We'll see. Remains to be.
I do have a legitimate question.
Yes.
Are we starting from where we were, or are we getting a long rest before?
Yes.
You will be getting a long
Do I have to
rest
dig out the
right away.
sheet that has all of my... Okay.
Cool, because I also have, like, my hit points can go back up at the end of...
Yeah.
We will be starting right away, but you'll be getting a rest, like, pretty quick after that.
Okay,
Cool.
So don't worry, I'm not going to blitz you with another combat right away, or am I? I think it's time for us to head into Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen, here on Dork Tales. When last we left you, the party was beneath Calaman. It was there that you confronted the risen Knight Sarlemir, who informed you of a nefarious plot by the legendary villain Lord Soth, who was seeking something in the northern wastes of great power, some city where ancient powers could be wielded against the free people of Kryn. Knight Sarlamir bade you with his final dead breath to go and stop Soth. It was then that you looked around and discovered that Soth had managed to burrow out the side of the catacombs you found yourself in. After Hazeal regained her composure, you looked out over the edge of the burrowed hole in the side of Caliban's mountain and thought of what was to come. Now, as this is occurring, as I believe it was that Aurontiros was standing at the edge looking out the hole, the rest of you were recovering from the fight. So, as you find yourselves inside of the catacombs, battered, beaten, but victorious, you have a rusted, desiccated bit of an old Dragonlance, as well as the old rusted armor of Lord Sarlamir lying in his crypt. Beyond that, the room that you find yourself in is, well, covered in dust, dark, and splattered with the blood of, well, thankfully, all of your blood, maybe? At least you know where it is. What do you do?
What's outside of this giant hole that Aurontiros peers from?
So Caliman Castle is built onto this kind of like jutting precipice, like this small mountain peak. Picture like how Dracula's castle is always like on a big perch, and it's like, oh. So Caliman Castle, it's up one of those. You always have to take a winding trail up the side of it to reach it. And it looks like there is about I believe it's an 80-foot drop from where you are onto the houses below. So just standing out there and looking out, you can hear as the wind kind of billows Aurontiros' hair. There is no trace of Soth.
How is... Just kind of dumbstruck. He's just going to keep looking out over the city and idly kicking like bits of debris maybe off to just tiny like dust and stuff to see if there's some trace, but
No,
trying not to believe that this being just walked through here.
Okay. So as you're doing that, everyone else is going to rouse themselves. If you were down below 0 hit points, you are back to 1 hit point as you catch your breath.
I think Rizira, I think we look, maybe it's the end of game that Rizira looked through the God, I'm forgetting the word for it. The thing where the body is.
The tomb?
Tomb? Casket? Yeah. I think at the end of game, Rizira had looked through it, besides from this where they saw the armor or something, I think. But just to refresh, Rizira's gonna go look at it again in case, she already did that, but, it's been 2 weeks, so just again, I'm gonna go look at the tomb and see if there's anything else interesting.
Sounds good. Inside of the tomb itself, you will see that there is Knight Sarlamir's rusted sword, his old desiccated armor, as well as whoever has the head of a rusty spear. What remains of the Dragonlance. I forget who took that. Or is it still waiting inside?
I'm feeling if no one took it, Riz might have.
I wasn't sure if Aurontiros actually picked it up, but...
Oh, he might have.
You know what? If nobody remembers, then it is still lying in state inside of the tomb.
Cool. Riz will grab it and hold it up to everyone.
All right.
So, we're going to need to obviously get another bit to turn it into a lance, because right now it's more like a dragon dagger, which could be effective if I get on the dragon and just like under its scales.
Perhaps Aurontiros can use some of his strange elven magic and fix it up a little bit.
Anybody who's taking a look at this and is magically inclined, can attempt to attune themselves to the item. In fact, anybody can try to attune themselves to it if they'd like.
Riz is not proficient in any sort of magic, so...
You can still try to attune yourself to it if you'd like, but let me know if you do.
Hey, Kelly.
Yes.
So, we haven't had our long rest yet.
You have not.
And I don't have up the character sheet with all of my spell, all of what I've spent in spells.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I had a first level spell left, but I would like to do a detect magic on it if...
Absolutely. So
if you'll let me just have that.
I'll totally let you. I'll let you just have that. You can see that it has a... you could always spend like a second level spell or something if you do that, or just spend your sorcery points, hand wave.
I know I had at least one spell slot, second or third level, so
Then
I'll
you can spend it on this. Totally. Yeah. So as you cast detect magic, the arcane energies of the Dragonlance become known to you. You can see that it is covered, well, it is infused, I should say, with the aura of evocation magic, although it appears to have no obvious properties of its own. Do you handle it?
If Riz will let me, then.
So the dwarf that just took an axe to you reaches out to grab the magic Dragonlance, and you just hand it over?
Well, I don't just reach out. I probably go. Hey,
that.
Can I take a look at that? I just want to see what's up with it.
Are you going to attack me again? That was not really nice.
No.
Put the axe down.
Also no.
Yeah, I'll put the axe down, and she'll put it on the ground between her feet so that she's not, out of reach of it, but it's on the ground out of her hands.
What happened?
But yeah, why did you suddenly attack me?
I don't remember any of that. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Hey, I'm not sure what happened, but it looks like you guys were able to take care of Salamir all right.
Looks that way.
Yes. Well, yeah, I believe. Oh no, I got the killing blow. I was the one that drove my rapier through his head down his armor, and then you attacked me after I killed him. That was not nice.
I don't remember that.
Dwarven rabies.
It's not. That doesn't exist.
I just want to see. You can keep holding it if you want. I just want to look at it closer. So
Riz will start the process of attuning to it, but still be holding it, but then also show Hazeal.
Hazeal, as you lean close to it, looking at it, you are going to... The aura that's suffusing it is muted. Almost like the light is being dampened somehow. I'd like you to make me an intelligence Arcana check.
Helps if I can see the numbers on the little screen.
Usually
helps.
Unless you make them up, then it's fine.
I mean, that's fair. Right. Okay. This is not my other character that I'm in the process of building. Ooh, that's a natural 19 on the die, though, for a 24.
All right, 24. Taking a look at this, you're going to see that, yeah, the spearhead is magical. But it seems like some sort of divine power has rendered this magic completely inert. Even if someone were to attune to it, it would not function any more than a normal spearhead, even a rusty one at that. It's equivalently the greatest threat this spear has is the potential for tetanus at this moment. It is
Yeah, it's
literally
pretty
like light under a bushel.
Okay. So, lots of power, but muted right now.
Mm-hmm.
I see our fellow knight didn't make it.
Were you knocked out before he took his head off? Oh. Yeah. Salamir really did a number on him.
Sorry to hear or see he's gone. And I'll go over to his body and just try and at least like put his arms up or something and bring his head closer to it. And
Aurontiros had tried to feebly
It's mending.
place the head back on with his elf magic, and well, didn't quite work.
It's like there's just these like sewn stitches that really just don't do anything.
Yeah, at least it kept the head from rolling away.
when I'm glad to see the rest of you made it out okay and were able to defeat him. The glow is gone as well.
Yeah.
I think that's a good sign.
Yeah, we should maybe we should get going. Saramir wants us to
Yeah.
go find Soth in the City of Lost Names.
Wait, so
Well,
the one who
this-
was attacking us just wants us to go somewhere?
Well, it was like he said he was like being controlled. He was attacking like almost against his will. He was saying like Soth beckons him. He's feeling this call to go towards this. So Soth wants him to go towards this City of Lost Names. So that's where he's hiding. So maybe we can go find him and beat him up.
How would
Stabby
we-
with your knight armor.
How would we? Have you looked at the
I feel like he'd probably have an
exit he
army.
made? How would we stop someone like this who can pass through stone? And if you've seen what if you have
Hazel's
seen
just
what
gonna
I
point
have,
at the lance and be like, "That's got a lot of potential, but something's muting it. Something
Sorry.
divine.
rusty piece
Hello.
of metal.
Kelara, can you
It's more than that."
make me a religion roll, Kelara?
Oh, so you're saying this is really powerful, but not getting much from it right now.
Something's blocking it. It's not. It's definitely not arcane. It's probably
16.
16.
divine of some sort.
As you are kind of standing nearby, Kelara, you are going to hear that and look over. And as you investigate the Dragonlance and just look at it, you can see that along the rusted tip, there looks like a bit of dried blood that is just barely visible to you through the light that's pouring in through the hole in the wall. And you listen to what they're saying, and the memory of what the ghost explained to you flashes through you, and you think of how this Dragonlance was used to slay a gold dragon. And how Lord Knight Sarlamir had used it to slay the gold dragon Caravarax. And how in that moment the ghost had told you that the spear, the Dragonlance, rusted away in his hand and led to his death. You think that this weapon, maybe cursed is the wrong word, but has been deconsecrated, potentially by Paladin himself. There might be a way to reconsecrate it somehow.
Huh. So, Do you think maybe the gods just took back the power? Based on his story?
Maybe.
Maybe we could get another one too.
Well, you
Give her a
get
little something.
Can you do
have
that?
yeah, you have the divine.
I'm not a
Magic?
god.
No, but you have the divine magic. You obviously getting power from a god. So why don't you ask your god? I'm sure you talked to them recently, right? You talked
All
to your god?
right. Step back. I'll use my elven magic, but if only this once.
I don't have like a shopping buddy in a god. No, I haven't.
I don't know.
Them.
I'll let a
Aurontiros.
priest talk
They're
about how they have
goddess.
that.
As-
Let
I mean,
priests talk about how they talk to gods.
We haven't had the gods interfere with earth things, whatever the word is. Wow,
Earthly
Crin things. There
things.
we go.
Crinley.
Crinley things. Wow. Oof. Let me restart that sentence. We haven't had gods deal with Crin in hundreds of years. We don't know what they are or aren't going to do right now.
But just the concept. A goddess. It's not going to just talk to me.
No, but
So-
that doesn't mean you can't ask for
oh,
things.
Yeah, you can't ask. You can ask. That's what praying's for. You ask.
Aurontiros Alright, seriously,
screw you guys. That's level 10. Fuck off already.
As you go to step forward, Aurontiros, and try your elf magic, out of the corner of your eye, you're going to see movement out the hole. And as you just kind of glance over, you'll see that the gates on the eastern front of Calaman are going to open as the contingent of soldiers that you had helped escape from Steel Springs, led by your boy, Darrett, are going to be re-entering the city at this point.
I think that we should be going and we can discuss the ins and outs of this as we the nights that everyone's coming back. Look,
Yeah, we
with
need to let
your-
them know what happened.
non-elven eyes. Do that thing you do where you like make them smaller to see better.
Squint.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I guess that is them. We should get back and let them know what happened to the council at least. And
Oh right, we have a
Godfrey's
room full of dead bodies to deal with.
Godfrey's going to start putting the remains of Salamir, including the armor, because he doesn't know yet, back into the tomb.
Oh no, we
All
told you to take that armor. We told you that.
Sarlamir, sorry.
What?
Oh, sorry, what? Take the
I-
armor?
How are we
Yeah.
continuing our tomb robbing?
Well,
Is
it's
that-
not
is that
robbing.
not-
He told you to do it.
Yeah.
If the
He said take
occupant
the
says,
armor.
which I mean, feels very weird to say considering they were dead and that they told you to take it.
Just shake the bones out. Just
The last couple
it
of
up
weeks
and-
have been really, really weird.
You can say that again.
Yeah. So
go to start saying it again.
Yeah. If Kelara is saying that it's okay, then it's obviously okay. And he'll
Uh-oh, that's a slippery slope.
yeah, should we get you your collar there, Godfrey?
He wears it at all times. It's just under his armor.
Yeah.
right under here.
Hazel's gonna pick up her new axe again and just kind of heft it over her shoulder. She watches this.
As you do, it feels like a second, like another limb. It's just such a connected point. You wonder how you ever could have gone without this.
We should also get Hazel looked at. I'm sure something's not right there.
You know what I really need is some sort of like ambidextrous. I need like the dual fighting, dual wielding Warhammer and battle axe.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work with battle hacks because
It does if you take the dual wield feat.
Not with a two-handed weapon.
It's not gender
Visser
weapon.
did
It's
not.
versatile.
Visser wasn't allowed to have. I did take that, but I couldn't use my battle axe.
It's not
I
versatile.
think her warhammer isn't a great hammer.
Yeah.
I think hers is.
It's a warhammer.
Yeah,
It's
a
one
warhammer is
What's a
versatile, so it
warhammer?
can use it 1 or 2. A battle axe is
Yeah.
versatile, you can use it 1 or 2.
Oh, the great axe.
The great axe could
Great
not.
axes.
Yeah.
That
Yes,
is
the great
specifically
axe.
two-handed, but yeah,
it's
the
it's
regular
great.
battle axe though.
Yeah, you can use 2 axes. It's great. All right. So, anything else you're doing inside of the crypt?
I think Kelara was
Shaking the
looking around
bones out
one
of
more
the-
time, kind of a little
the
stunned.
armor, dusting it out, making sure the rats fall out, and
Oh
handing
my
it to
god.
Godfrey.
So
He
clatter,
wanted
clatter,
us
clatter,
to-
clatter, clatter.
He wanted us to take it. You wouldn't say no to a ghost, would you?
Okay. But somebody's gonna have to help me with Sir. Oh gosh, I forget his name.
Uh,
The Headless Knight.
Yeah.
He fought as he lived, not wanting to die.
Not wanting to be here.
Thurston Real.
yeah. I could probably take the armor. I don't know if I'm quite strong enough to help lift a knight, so maybe you two
I can
points to
carry him.
Aurontiros and Godfrey.
I'll carry him.
I'll take the armor. Clink, 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 clank.
All right. Clanging your way out, you'll make your way out of the catacombs slowly. I'm assuming that one of you has a torch on you or some other light source.
I have a light source.
Okay.
It's the
So-
globe.
Activating your drift globe, you will find your way back through the catacombs. The way
I
back.
also have a light source. I cast light on my staff.
Nice. Okay, good. You guys can see now.
All right, you humans cannot see in the dark.
Neither can
Yeah,
Kender.
I mean, I do have dark vision too.
Yeah, I
I have
can.
dark vision.
Can Kender see? Can
I have dark
Kender have dark
vision.
vision?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I thought Kender didn't for some reason. It's halflings I'm
No,
thinking of.
Yeah, it's halflings. I have dark vision.
All right. So, before long, you'll make your way out of the catacombs and back up into Castle Calaman. As you do, it'll be just in time for the sound of the doors opening outside. And you can see Darrett and Levna striding into the main hall, where they will see you coming out of the massacred catacomb, or pardon me, the massacred council room. Friends, what happened here?
Enemies disguised as living.
You're gonna need a seat for this one.
Yeah.
Darrett
is
looks
gonna
at the
hold up the
seats
note from-
full of dead council members. I
Um,
think I'll stand.
do you know the name Lord Soth?
Do I know the name Lord Soth? I believe that it's he's a boogeyman, right?
Well, not so much a
More than that.
boogeyman as
You
an
don't know the name
actual-
Lord Soth? Levna will say. What does that old spook story have to do with anything?
He
It's not a story.
Yeah,
was
not
here.
really a story.
Everything's a
Possessed
story.
Riz.
What does it have? What?
He was here.
He was here. He possessed Riz.
Well, no, he sent his second in command, Caradoc,
Did you see the
and
bodies?
possessed
Mhm.
Riz.
Yes, right.
You
Yes.
see the
And
bodies
he
on the
killed-
way in here? The desiccated corpses of the knights?
Yeah.
He animated them.
Yeah.
Somehow. And there was a ghost that possessed this poor knight's
Durston.
body.
Oh shit.
Lots happened in the last little
And
while.
he was
love
in
the
there's a
masqueraded.
secret. Yeah.
Levna will take a step forward and like put a hand on the side of who is carrying Durston's head. So Godfrey,
I was
like,
going to try and
she'll-
carry him, but yeah,
she'll like
Aurontiros
put a
wants to-
hand on like the side of his cheek and We trained together. We were squires. He was a good knight. Fuck.
After he was possessed by a ghost named Caradoc, and slaughtered the council, we were able to drive the ghost away. And then
This all sounds crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy to live it.
Riz will hold out the scroll from the note from Soth. It says, "People of Kalin, I exert my rightful claim as ruler of the province of Nightland. Submit or flee, Lord Lauren Soth, Knight of the Rose."
Well, I'm not saying that you're lying. I'm saying that the whole thing sounds ridiculous. But that's
almost
fine.
as ridiculous as reptilian creatures and army of...
You're right. This whole bleeding month sounds ridiculous. I think that it would be best at this point, Darrett interjects kind of gently, that we should lay this night to rest.
Agreed.
But in the meanwhile, my friends, you look like you've been through hell, and it appears, judging by this room, that you may have been through hell. That is, the army is returning. Marshal Venry will be here in not too long. Perhaps rest, and we can reconvene later after you've had a chance to catch your breath. I have a feeling that you're going to have a lot to tell when this gets back. I'm very eager to know more about what you encountered down there. But perhaps get some rest first.
Yes, sir.
I'm feeling kind of tired. You're right.
I mean, you've had apparently a pretty long day. You fought ghost knights, a ghost, and then a legendary villain of lore.
Uh-huh.
I'll have some food brought up to your room. And I suppose we'll take care of this. Perhaps leave Sir Dunstan. Leave Sir Knight on the council table. And we'll make sure that his body is prepared.
Yeah, when
you.
you are going to do a ceremony, could you come get I'm guessing I'm going us? Riz is gonna look around to the group.
Yes, I'm sure we can. What a day. Thank you for your help again with Steel Springs. I don't know if we could have made it out of there without you.
Was no trouble. I'm glad to see the army's coming back.
This Lord Soth, which way did he go?
Well, if you go into the tomb, you'll see that there's...
Down in the catacombs, the big hole in the side of the mountain? Well, I guess it's not that big, but the hole, the new hole?
That was his exit.
It looks like he punched his way through the walls.
Oh, that's not concerning at all. Not even a little bit. Really, I think it's quite concerning.
I honestly think that's a little bit less concerning than, well, the dead attacking us.
Yeah, that was a little more caught us off guard. And the possession, that was
I'm
not a
plenty
fun
concerned
time.
by all of it. I'm going to go send some scouts to see if we can find out which way he went. Go rest. That's an order.
Yes,
If
sir.
you follow it.
Aye, aye, sir.
Salamir.
Kelara will do a very sloppy salute that does with wrong hand, does not do it right, nothing.
Salamir, from the tomb, was animated by him and said something about a city. What was it? He'll look at Aurontiros and Hazeal, Kelara, and Rizira.
City of Lost Names.
I don't know if maybe you can find out any information about that while we rest.
We'll do what we can. Rest, friends. Yeah, I think it's time for us to actually do some work. What were you saying, Hazeal?
Oh, just that Hazel's gonna go rest. Like she's just gonna leave. She's like, yeah, this is fine.
All right. So everybody who's going to go rest, feel free, head up to your room. You will be able to get a long rest in. They will not trouble you until the next day. But food will be brought up. You're not trapped in there or anything like that. But you will be, if you go to a long rest immediately, you will be there into the late evening. So there's not really much you could do besides go out to a tavern, maybe, and get some drinks. Is anybody doing anything before the next morning?
Hazel goes to sleep with her axe like tucked under her pillow and her arm over it.
Do you get like another pillow for your axe head to lay on?
No, I'm not crazy.
Okay. Perfect.
Just cursed. Just cursed.
If there is a little bit of time, I'll start looking into trying to get the armor repaired.
You're gonna need to take it to a blacksmith.
Okay. See how long and what it'll cost me.
Do you head out and try to take it to a blacksmith that night?
After sleeping. Definitely after getting as much sleep as I can.
Okay. You could try it the next morning.
Okay.
Sure. First things first, in the morning you will make your way out as everybody else is still kind of waking up and going about their time. Aurontiros, you're going to spy Godfrey heading out of the night hall. He's grabbed one of the spare beds there, and you'll spy him on his way out. The rest of you could probably notice and go with him as well if you'd like to, or you can continue to rest. Practice your spells.
Probably tag along. She doesn't need to practice spells, so she's bored and she sees Godfrey sneaking out. Rizira will stealthily try and sneak behind.
Sure, make me a stealth roll.
Oh, lovely.
Godfrey.
What can I do for you?
You should know that I do not sleep. I just simply wait. Where are you off to so early?
I think, friend, you should work on how you say such things. I'm heading to the blacksmith. Gonna see if I can get this armor repaired, or at least what it'll cost.
All right, and
I have business with the blacksmith as well. I shall accompany you, and perhaps you can explain to me how to better say some things.
Oh, maybe start with good morning, rather than that bit about watching and waiting. It's not as creepy.
But those are the things I'm good at.
That doesn't make it less creepy.
Kelara,
but elves don't sleep.
As you chime that in, the boys are headed toward the door. Kelara, you and Hazeal, are you planning on doing anything?
I'll get up and go along.
Okay.
I think Hazeal is going to polish her new axe and just kind of
nice
hang out.
Okay. Godfrey,
with her new best
Kelara.
friend.
You have no idea where Riz is. She's just gone.
And
I expect that.
oh no, there she is, and he points to a small bed, but there's like pillows and blankets like bunched up
And a broom
underneath.
sticking out of it.
Which
Yeah.
Hazeal, with her like 11 passive perception, is just like, oh yeah, of course, that's where Riz is.
Godfrey, Kelara, I think we should talk to an apothecary about Hazel's dwarf rabies.
Dwarf rabies.
She would
Kelara
never
will just have
ever
looked down and
hurt her
massage her
friends.
face.
She never ever hurt her friends, and she might turn. We have to act sooner rather than later.
Let's I'll try and whisper. Totally in on this now. Maybe we can stop by the apothecary on the way to the blacksmith, and he'll subtly, not subtle at all, just kind of look at Hazeal for a moment and then be like,
Kelara is looking up at the sky like she's praying for patience.
It's probably for the best. You'll make your way across town. Soon you'll find yourself near the blacksmith shop, where the pair of dwarves are working, this time on either side of the street and the twin blacksmith shops that are there. As you approach, the female will turn and go, "Ah, Mr. Elf, good to see you. I've got your prize finished here. Nice and shiny,
Excellent.
able to pierce many a red dragon army officer's breast. Or neck or eye, whatever works, really. Do you want it in like a little box?
Oh, I'll be fastening it soon. How much was it that I owed you?
But didn't you already pay? Did you already pay?
I have a really bad memory. Thank you for reminding me.
Hold on, let me just check how trustworthy they are. They're nat 20 trustworthy. I mean, I thought you'd already paid, but if you'd like to pay again, I'll accept an extra steel coin.
Yeah. Yes, Aurontiros will slide a steel coin towards her.
Okay. All right, so she'll take it, look at it. Nice doing business with you. Anything else I can do for you? Hello,
Oh,
Mr. Knight.
hello. We seem to have inherited, been bequeathed. I'm not sure the correct term for it. This well, is this salvageable? And he'll try and hand it over.
She'll take a squint at it and will like reach behind the counter and pull out a small, like almost like a visor that kind of goes over her head with like a little like gem magnifying glass on it, and she'll take a nice look at it. Construction's still solid. This would have to be replaced. It's completely rusted out. I could buffer that.
While she's looking at it, Aurontiros for funsies is gonna try to mend the armor.
Okay. Let me just double check the nature of mending and how much that would be able to repair. I believe it's 1 cubic foot, or is it just 1 foot?
I can double check for you while she's looking.
So she's going to look it over. I mean, I could do some of the filigree work, but a single break or tear in an object. So that would not restore the rust damage, unfortunately. Mending is not quite as
No.
powerful as people think.
Oh, I don't think it's powerful.
Okay.
But Aurontiros, well, you know, he's gonna try. Oh, seems my elven magic is waning. I couldn't save that man's head either.
I mean, not many things could have.
Well, thank you for trying.
Well, you seem to have brought that seam together, but it's not going to replace all of the missing materials here. This is good quality armor. Old. And, I like the pauldrons. They're kind of shaped like skulls. That's kind of, it's kind of badass. It's very, I mean, it's old. It's definitely, like, the metal's quite heavy. You know, it's very robust, like they used to make before the Cataclysm. But I think that we can do this. Now, normally, a suit of plate mail like this would be almost 2,000. But you've already got the basics here. So, how much do you have on you? What can you scrounge up?
Ooh, at the moment, I don't think we've divided any loot, so
Oh,
I've only got...
here you go. And Aurontiros is going to swing over a giant sack of 199 steel coins onto towards Godfrey. I don't know if that would help or how far that goes, but
Well, thank you. I was just looking for an estimate right now, but
Well, that will be part of it. Well, tell you what. What is that? It's about 200 there. If you double it, I can do it for you. 400.
Oh, I got that.
There!
ah!
When did a Kenda show up?
Oh,
I was
that's
here
been
all the
like
time.
70 times, and it still doesn't.
So as
Yeah, no,
as you show up there, Riz. So Riz, you start whatever you're doing, whatever you're saying. As you are doing that, you're also fiddling around with something in your hand, and you have a piece like the queen piece from a set of dragon chess, carved out of bloodstone.
Oh,
You don't know where you picked it up. It's just in your hand.
weird. Don't know where I got that, but I have all the gold we've been getting along or steels we've been getting along as well. There's roughly about 240 steel pieces in here.
Yeah, 240 plus 199.
I'm indebted to you both.
That's about 400.
Thank you.
How soon do you
About.
need it?
That's 239 actually.
Well,
As soon as
You
you can. But I understand that this would take a lot of work and it can't be rushed.
leave all of the steel here, and I'll make this my priority.
I'm talking about armor. Do you know anybody who could cover this? And she'll like pull her shirt aside a little to show the breastplate. I've heard that they can be covered in leather to make it more like hidden.
Is that? She takes off the magnifying glass and leers in at you. Did you find Mithril? You know what? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Did you? Mithril. Now, I don't do much leather working myself, but potentially, she strokes her chin. You could probably go to. There's a leather worker who is not too far to the South Bend. Do you know where the Wanderers Bend? So if you follow the South Bend around, go through toward the Eastern Gate. There's an inn called the Wanderers Rest.
Okay.
There.
Wanderers Rest.
If you head across the street, there's a big building with a blue shingled roof.
Blue shingles.
Aye, there's a gnome that lives there. By the name of Frizier.
Crazy.
Leather worker.
Okay.
Probably has
Thank you.
something. He does a lot of tailorship as well, but should be able to handle you. If you look outside, it's a shop called the Tinkerer Tailor.
Okay.
He should do you well. He mostly
Thank you.
specializes in wedding dresses. No time for that soon, eh?
Not planned, at least.
I mean, Godfrey's getting a nice new suit.
Do you want me to put a
What?
bow tie on this?
Could you?
I could chisel one into the neck.
Or could you like make it like removable? So you know you can only store it for fancy times.
What, like a magnetic one? Oh, if you brought me some lodestone, I absolutely could. Then you could just go ching. Then you could also leave messages for him when he's asleep. He could.
Maybe we can just work on restoring it first and talk about accessorizing later.
I suppose we could do that. All right. Well, this will be my top priority. Show up first thing tomorrow morning. Should be done. Actually,
Oh,
you know
thank you.
what? With this, you're staying in the castle, hey?
Yes.
I'll have it sent up to you as soon as it's done. No sense in waiting for it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All of you. Thank you.
Of course.
No problem, Godfrey. This is all stuff. It's not mine. This is all stuff we've gotten from working together. So this is technically all of our gold. Plus, you and Levna held off like 8 guys in a room.
Oi,
Type of thing.
Cadmus!
You need some good armor.
Look on the wagon wheel. We've got a priority engagement here.
I wonder
What,
how
what's
many
going on?
guys in a room he could handle without Levna.
We work well together. And I wouldn't have been able to stay up that long if it wasn't for the help of Kelara.
Oh no, I was getting there. Don't worry, Hazeal. I was getting there. You'd get a real pounding. Without Levna, there's so many guys just pounding him.
The dwarf's gonna side-eye this conversation. Well, I'm gonna be the one that's doing all the pendant.
You should
I'm
have
gonna take
seen
the
it.
armor away and walk.
It was magnificent.
Kalara's gonna start walking down the road to go find this tailor.
Clara, what? Wait up.
Before long, you are going to make it to Tinkerer and Tailor. It's a little shop with blue shingles that has a house above it. You know, picture like the Tudor style with like the outcropping second floor. The bottom floor is full of reams of fabric, different pelts, and all manner of cloth and leatherwork and so on. And as you push through the door, a little bell is going to ding a ding a ding a ding, and a gnome that is in the middle of cutting a length of fabric is going to look over at you. He's wearing these like small spectacles on the tip of this very like long nose that ends in kind of like a bulbous ending. Bulbous, yeah, it works. With bright kind of bright blue eyes and a big gap between his front teeth. He's gonna smile your way. Howdy, how y'all doing?
Hello. The dwarf from the armor shop said that you could potentially do some leather work.
Tyria? Hammer Strike sent you over. Oh yeah, I can absolutely look into that. What are you looking at? What are you thinking?
I want to cover this, and she'll move her top of her
That's
shirt.
pretty
aside.
metal.
I want it to be less obvious, though.
Oh yeah, it is pretty shiny. Huh, wonder what that is. Silver? No. Platinum? No one make platinum. Anyway, I can take care of it. Not a problem at all. I could definitely couch that in. Sure, just take it off if you need a change in room. There's a little quick change right there, and you can see there's basically like a shower curtain, kind of like with basically what you see at Old Navy, right? On a circular rung.
She'll go to do that, and I think there'll be lots of like elbows hitting the curtain type thing, trying to get the armor off.
And as that occurs, what are the rest of you doing inside of there?
Probably awkwardly going to try and help when I see that there's struggle, and then realize what I'm doing, and then get really red in the face and just turn around with his back to the shower curtain.
Okay. Riz, can you do me a favor and make me a dex check?
Yep. Is this stealth based or just a dex check?
This is just a dex check. Godfrey's going to turn around and bump right into you.
I don't think he's gonna get very far because that's a just straight up dex is gonna be 23.
Okay, so as he does that, you're going to duck under and are going to find yourself catching something that was falling to the ground, and you are holding a large egg in your hand. You have no idea where you picked this up. It's just in your hand. You feel like you must have been playing around with something, and it is a large, kind of pale blue egg about the size of like an elongated softball.
What is this?
You must have picked it up on the way.
Interesting.
There's going to be a little more elbows poking out of the curtain, and then you'll hear as Kelara manages to get it the rest of the way off. All right, what do
she
you
is obviously wearing some form of shirt under it.
Oh, yeah, totally.
But
All right, so what do you got here? Let's take a look. Okay, well, this is really light. Okay. Well, this would be pretty easy to cover up, honestly. How soon do you need the work done?
Preferably by tomorrow.
By
We
tomorrow?
might get sent out on a mission.
Well, I open at 9th bell, but I could, with a rush job. Now I do a 20% upcharge for rushes like this, but let's see. You just want leather, or do you want cloth over it? With something like with you, I could do like a gingham. If you'd like that, I could do leather. I've got a number of leathers
Just
here.
something to make it like blend in a little better, and especially if I end up wearing something a little plainer, just so it doesn't look so much like armor.
I mean, I could just do like cotton on top of it. That would be the cheapest.
If you think that would work, sure.
Well, it just depends on your aesthetic, darling. I mean, look at the way you have a very you have a vibrancy right now. You just got this kind of glow about you that says Miss Hinterlands.
Well,
You're right. Fancy
yes, I
is
suppose,
better.
but we might be going on a bit of a journey, and so I might need to
Mm.
kind of put some of this away. And
Well, I mean, linen would breathe the most. Where are you headed? I can kind of base it off that. South?
north, I think.
Oh, north. Ooh, why would you be heading north? There ain't nothing good. I guess it's the Hinterlands, but it's really. I'll see what I can do. Okay, I've got a number of things that I can combine in here that would do it. I'd probably do something a little less absorbent. It's very wet up there, but I mean, if you're headed south, it'd be the same problem. So, rush job. I could probably do this in a few hours. Got the materials on hand. Let's say 20% upcharge, 18 silver. If you want this kind of to completely blend in with the armor, I could do a cheaper job with something that's not quite as absorptive for 10.
Okay, so it was 18 silver.
Pardon me. I have a slight lisp. 18 steel.
Riz,
trying to find her.
do you have 4 steel? I have 14 on me.
No, I gave all of it, everything away, including my own stuff. I have 1. Riz will hold up a single steel coin.
I believe there was some left over, unless my maths are incorrect.
Nope, they kept it all.
From,
They kept it
I
all.
see. Wow.
For the
Yeah, they
delivery.
did not do 400. They went for 439.
Oh, okay. Godfrey, your
How's 15
bargaining
steel?
skills.
Make me
It's
a
only
persuasion
3
check.
short.
Make me a persuasion.
But,
I have this egg. Rizal, hold up the egg. This
Ooh,
baby.
I have an egg too. And Aurontiros is gonna hold up that black onyx egg that like sends whispers into his mind. That's right. Who should die? Yes.
They should
Is this? Oh, well, would you like a creepy egg?
Kelara, make me that persuasion roll, please.
I think she'll kind of look back at Aurontiros and just be like, is it time for your medication again? Persuasion, you said?
Yes.
That is 15.
Well, honestly, it's not that big of a deal to get this thing up and running, so that seems fine to me. Tell you what, you hang on to the creepy egg, though. I got plenty. I got nowhere to put it. I'm just upstairs. I'm rife with creepy eggs. Got no shelf space anymore.
Okay, so this is fairly common.
No.
So you're an egg expert. Do you know what kind of animal laid this one?
She's going to turn to the other two and just be like, I think he was trying to politely say no. He doesn't want one.
Oh, well, it could be breakfast.
It's
Oh,
creepy,
Max.
apparently.
Anybody
I
there?
think Aurontiros has ruined it for everyone.
Anybody there who has the nature skill can make me a nature check.
Does Riz have nature? Nope, Riz does not have nature.
I am not proficient in nature.
I'm going to say this is weird enough that you can make the roll regardless, but with disadvantage if you're not proficient.
Sure.
One would think an elf would have proficiency in nature.
That's a 10 with disadvantage.
14 with disadvantage.
14?
15.
15?
with disadvantage.
So
Yeah, I rolled an 18 on the other roll.
so
roll a
Kelara and
19 on the
Aurontiros take
other
a look
one.
at it, and you're going to think that this is reptilian. It's got like a slight scaling pattern to it when it's held up to the light. You think that it's probably not a living egg, though. You think it's probably dead.
Where did you get that?
Yeah, where'd you get that?
I don't know. It's just in my hands as I came into the store.
It kind of
Turning
looks
to the store
reptilian.
owner, is this yours?
I think he already
got-
said no.
No, I'm good. I'm good. So tell you what, that price is good. I can get that all made up for you, and you can pick it up sometime tomorrow. I should have it done by the morning, to be honest.
All right, thank you.
You're very welcome. Y'all have a good day now. You hear?
No,
you.
we're going to be at the castle.
What?
What?
Oh,
You
so you're
said
not going to
you're
have a
here?
good day because you're at the castle?
No, you said have a good day now. You're here. No, we're going to be at
No,
the
I said
castle.
you here. Sorry,
Oh, I heard
it's
Dork
my
here.
accent from Mount Nevermind. We got a twang down there, so it must be hard to understand.
I've never been there. How is it?
Oh, never mind.
Was it like?
It's full of smoke and plumes and all sorts of gadgety gadgets. That's why I came out here. Now the only thing that I build in my spare time is fashion.
That sounds like a lovely job.
Are you looking for an apprentice?
Are you offering?
Yes.
I mean, maybe I am eventually. Maybe not this quarter, but I do have some projects for the spring summer that I'm looking into that are. I'm thinking about this. Liquid clothing. Like a foam, but then when it hardens, it's clothing.
I like it.
No,
What
you're gonna
wizardry
like
is
it.
that?
Well, it's just technology. It's just a gizmo, a doodad. I mean, not that I do gizmos or doodads. I'm a fashionista. Fashionisto. Fashion man.
Fashion
Well-
man.
Fashion man. Well, yeah, if you'd like to come back, I could definitely, with your proportions, I could have you walking the runway. Assuming I can actually get a runway cleared in this town. Do you know that the city council doesn't like to have any type of public runway events during festivals? They say it's a tripping hazard. because I only set it at about 1.5 feet tall, that's for my convenience. If I've got to do like runway modifications, I don't want to have to bring like a wheeled stool everywhere I go just to have to, touch up somebody's hem or something like that. So, they're saying that it's a tripping hazard, especially for the knights and the town guard. I should go to the city council
Godfrey
and I should give them a
backing
piece of my
away
mind.
slowly.
Yeah, Riz is like out of there.
God. And if they deny me again, I'm likely to kill them.
But have you ever worn, like, thick soles? Or heels?
Oh, you mean like platforms?
Platforms. Just bring it back. Was that ever a thing for gnomes?
Fashion? Or platforms?
I mean, platforms.
Well, I mean, you know what they say about high heels and the invention of high heels being tied directly into butchery and other types of, besides the heels for riding, of course, although most gnomes don't do much riding, but, your friends seem to have gone. Looking behind you, all of your friends have snuck out. I'll tell you what, you come back here, Mr.
Aurontiros.
Rattray. It's fantastic to meet you. I'm Frizzir.
Frizzir.
Mr. Aurontiros, it would be fantastic to have you back here. I'd love to get you in some of these boots. We could maybe make something out of like reptile leather for you. Give you kind of like a sultry northern waste kind of vibe.
So, you said a lot of things that don't seem like they should have gone into a sentence. Okay, goodbye. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And Aurontiros is gonna go Aurontiros out and bow and use prestidigitation to flourish sparkles.
I'm gonna roll real quick just to make sure it doesn't light any of the fur on fire. It does not. All right.
I learned how to cast flames. I need to tell Hazeal.
All right. So, you all bow out of that and make your way back up to the castle? Or do you head anywhere else?
I think we were planning on going to an apothecary to look into the dwarf rabies.
But I think first there's
AKA the magic place.
I think
with the lady.
There's a scene with Hazeal talking to
Riz.
Rizira's
Pile of pillows. Pillow fort.
Riz has no idea that, or Hazeal has no idea that Riz has left the room, and she is just talking about stones and stonemasonry as she polishes her axe, because
there are lots of types of stone. Quartz stone,
Yeah.
bloodstone.
I'm gonna try.
Sandstone.
Godfrey's gonna just try and sell the fishing rod that he won in Vulgar, just to try and repay the party a little bit.
All right, so you make your way to a place like a little curio shop. Well, actually, there's a curio shop that's ran by Kendra on the edge of town that you could head to. But if you head off there, the Kendra is happy to negotiate with you. Make me a persuasion roll to see how much you can get for it.
Persuasion. Oh. Do I have to turn?
You do.
Okay, I'm gonna use that, and Aurontiros is helping. I think.
Aurontiros, you're going there instead of the maid shop?
If you don't leave it in my hands to get you a good price, then I'll help.
That'd be great, because I already rolled once, so... Oh, that's a lot better. Okay. So definitely using that determination, because damn. Persuasion... So that would be a 22.
A 22? All right. Well, the Kendra that owns the shop across town that you've already potentially been through once, Kelara is going to cut you a deal and actually pay you what it's worth with a roll like that. So that's going to be 50 gold pieces, or pardon me, 50 steel coins, I should say.
And I will give 20 to Rizira and 20 to Aurontiros.
Now, are you all headed there, or were you going to the magic shop? I assume that you and Aurontiros peeled off to go to this place.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll save it and just give it to her next time I see him. Yeah.
All right. So, meanwhile, the rest of you, as you are wandering away, Rizira, I'm assuming you're keeping close to Kelara, and as you are walking down the street toward Wyon's apothecary, you are going to head toward Hammerstrike and then take a turn south. As you do so, you're going to hear a couple of old men on the corner arguing, "I just don't know where my piece is. Like, I should have you in check. I had you in check when we left
the. Got the piece from Rizira.
Oh. Oh, is this yours?
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Kender, that makes sense. This goes right here. No, it doesn't go there. You were down the bottom. Well, no, I was in check. Now you weren't even started yet. You're just trying to cheat. And they'll keep arguing as you pass. Two old human men. And a few minutes later, you'll make your way south and will find yourself once more on the doorstep of Wyon's apothecary. Do you head inside?
Yes.
Enter.
Kalara's gonna follow, but I don't think Kalara's ever been to this. So she's just gonna follow along behind Rizira. Don't think I was here last time.
I don't think you were.
I think
actually.
she'd gone off to check her
Everybody-
family when you guys did
she was-
this.
Us too.
Oh,
Us too.
yes, because that's when we're talking about Slamnia's ass. That's right, and getting Aurontiros.
That may have actually been the episode where I was really sick and throwing up.
It was.
I think
Yeah.
it was, yeah.
So I listened to it, but wasn't actually there.
Oh, so okay. Before we go in, so this is the person that gave Hazeal a test. We talked about this. We told you about the weird tests and the questions, but Hazel's got like accepted to go on to the next step of mage training. Kind of weird person, a little bit like aloof, and doesn't like. Not a huge fan of Kenders. No one's a huge fan of Kenders, which is we're so likable. But anyway, she's a bit weird.
All right.
Ding a ding a ding. I don't forget what her door sound like.
As you enter, you'll hear a cool voice say, "Come in."
Hello, I'm Rizira. I don't know if you remember me. My friend Hazeal was here doing her test.
Ah, yes. You've changed, Hazeal. A human woman stands behind the counter of this small but well-appointed magic shop. She has black hair cut in like a short pixie, and is wearing a like purplish black mantled set of robes with kind of an overcloak and arms of what look like almost like peacock feathers. Come in. Stop letting my heat out. How can I help you?
So, oh,
What? Well, I mean, you're a sorcerer, right? A magic caster.
Yes, I am a wielder of the arcane arts and a member of the Mages of High Sorcery.
So, do you know about any sort of like curses that could be on weapons that would make somebody go crazy and attack anything in front of them? Like, is that a thing? Also, if they couldn't put the weapon down, like even when they put it down, it's like between their feet, or they slept with it under their pillow.
yeah.
Like
don't go with
obsessively like attached to this weapon.
Are you looking to purchase anything?
I suppose advice?
Information.
Information is a currency I sell. Something of that much importance seems like it would be worth at least 10 steel coins placed on this counter.
Kelara will just look very unimpressed with this.
Yeah, but have you not kept gold could be worth, or sorry, steel is worth a lot, but also what about this? And she will pull out the wooden box carved with a crystal quicksilver boat in the middle of it that she got from the tinkerer's shop, or not the tinkerer's shop, the Kender shop.
Okay.
So she'll pull that out, put that on the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Very rare.
It's a bauble. It's a... What else do you have? I'm sure you've picked up something of value on your travels, Kender.
Oh yeah, let me just check my bag real quick.
Okay, roll.
Mm-hmm.
You can use the D100 or the D20 list. Your call.
Let me pull up the feat and see what I'd rather want to do.
You have a better chance of getting something... Well, unless you...
Godfrey.
Yeah.
Godfrey, have you seen my nightmare egg anywhere? Did I leave it at the tailor
Nah,
shop?
that's in your pocket. That's in your nightmare egg pocket. Yeah, that's especially sewed in.
Your nightmare. Where did you get that?
Remember the gnomes? Sorry, the Kender's like oddities.
So Riz, what are you
Not
rolling?
particularly.
I rolled a d20.
And what'd you roll?
I rolled a 19. So Riz is going to pull out this let's say slightly extravagant looking mirror.
Like a little hand mirror, okay.
Yeah, a little hand mirror made with some like bits of
What else?
filigree. There must be
No coins?
not right now. I just bought a friend some armor just about now and helped to buy some friends some clothing. So I'm a little fresh out of coin. But I do get 5 gold from the town eventually for getting paid.
Anything else in your little bag?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Let me...
What has it got in its pockets? Short thing.
I rolled a 10. A vial of your choice, or oil or glue. A vial of your choice.
Of oil or glue?
Glue!
Are you actually...
Riz is gonna pull out glue.
Are you actually this destitute?
Yeah.
I mean, we're usually getting paid in room and board, so yes.
Like the
Considering
she
my
knows
town
it's
burned to the
glue.
ground, and that's how I got here.
Yeah, we
Fine.
literally
Keeps
came
her
back
glue.
from a burned out town, helped that, have been doing stuff to like spy on the army and rescuing people. We fought at we took back Whalewatch Outpost. I don't know if you heard that, but we're helping the town, so we don't really have time to make money per se while we're being heroes.
You're the cleric of Mishakal, aren't you? Priestess.
I mean, I suppose.
You suppose. Would that the mages of high sorcery had such lackadaisical membership. To suppose. Well, the gods are returning, and they're pretty laid back about their priestesses, are they? Are you or are you
I
not?
don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know if they're laid back or not. They're gods.
I imagine it would depend wholly on the god.
I suppose so.
Who is the one that is encumbered by this bloodlust?
Hazeal.
Yeah, your apprentice. She's gotten a bit mad. I'm surprised she hasn't started saying "my precious" to
I
her,
had to
'cause she
knock her
kinda
out to
hold
stop
me.
her from killing Riz.
Which
Yeah.
one's Riz? The
that
tall
I'm
one with the
Riz.
big hair?
Kelara will point at the Kender.
That one. The little one.
Oh, you couldn't have waited just an extra moment.
Well, see, I'd already killed Riz. I brought her back, but I'd killed her already. Once before, because she was being possessed by some spirit ghost thing. So to knock the possession out, I had to kill her. And I had to do the same to Hazeal too. And I don't really
Fine.
enjoy doing this, so I would like to stop it.
For the mirror, for the vial of glue, right? For that in the box, I'll give you what you need to know. But only because you killed the Kender once.
Kelara will kind of give a very tiny, kind of hidden but smirk smile. And
You
not
are
really
div-
say anything.
You are a channeler and purveyor of divine energies. I would suggest you practice and pray for the ability to remove curses.
Okay,
Your
so
friend
it
is
a
cursed.
curse.
Hazeal
Okay.
is cursed by something called a berserker's, I assume, axe hammer?
I think it was an axe, wasn't it?
It's usually
Or was
an
it a hammer?
axe.
I think it was an axe.
The weapon is quite potent, but if you manage to, well, remove it from her clutches or simply use a spell that disrupts curses, that should be enough.
Okay.
Alternatively, you could take the axe away from her, tie her up, and let her sweat it out like some type of addiction.
I don't know if you've seen Hazeal or not, but I don't think I can do that.
Just cast sleep on her. None of
don't know
you
how to do
are
that.
mages aside from Hazeal, eh?
No.
Yeah.
Quick question.
Yes.
So, at the killing the Kender, Christine said that Kelara smiled and kind of smirked. Would my passive perception 20 have caught that?
Just
Probably.
the tiniest, like, little, like,
Yeah,
lift
probably.
of the lip type
Okay.
hidden little smirk.
Hearing that, Riz is going out the store and she's also going to stealth sneak some stuff away.
Okay. You may make a sleight of hand roll.
I like this lady.
I like her too. She's great to play. All right. What'd you get on your roll?
Holy.
32.
For sleight of
Okay.
hand? Wow.
So you are going to be able to palm, let's say, anything that is kind of nearby. So there is a skull on the counter. That looks like to be a human skull with eyes made of some type of black stone. There is a wand nearby with a very curved, kind of twirling tip. There is a small bag of marbles. There is a couple of packets of what appear to be some type of sand, maybe? What are you grabbing?
Oh.
There's also an old iron key. As well as several
marbles
vials.
would make the marbles and vials. Things would make too much sound, so I'm either thinking the bags of sand or the wand. I will roll a
Okay.
d20.
Voldemort wand. Voldemort wand.
Yeah, I did low for wand, high for sand, and I rolled a 6. So that's gonna be wand.
Wand, okay. Taking the wand, you are going to pocket it and head out the door. As you open the door and take a step, you are going to hear thief, thief, thief from a small mouth-shaped carving above the door. Thief, 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 thief. Really? Make me an initiative roll.
Oh no!
I think Kelara's gonna just step to the side out of the way.
Okay.
Riz or
Kelara's, now's your chance to cast sleep. You were, haha, I was lying.
I don't think I want to get on the bad side of a black robed mage.
That's true. What did you get on your initiative, Riz?
29.
29. All right, you have first initiative. What do you do as you hear thief, thief, thief above the door?
Do 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 do.
Really?
bonus action, disengage, and then action, move action, dash away. What's 60 feet?
60 feet, you're just going to take off running? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
The funny part is she knows exactly where to find you.
She'll have to find me. I will hide the rest of the day.
Big castle.
I know.
All right. So you are going to run off into the rest of the city, and Wyan is going to pinch her nose and look at you. You know, of course, that this means that you now are in my service for your friend.
No, but I will let you know where she will likely sleep.
I know where she will likely sleep, probably in the same room as Hazeal.
Mm-hmm. You can certainly take on a Kender for Kendering, but I am not standing surety for the Kender. That would leave my entire life in servitude.
Make me a persuasion roll.
She's gonna try and have a bit of a
quite
smile of
pissed.
like, we could be friends, or we could be enemies.
Mm-hmm. You can make an intimidation roll instead if you'd prefer.
I would prefer to persuade into that
Okay.
more than
sounds
anything. I don't necessarily want her to be scared of me, but maybe thinking that it would be better to be cooperative with me and like want to have a decent relationship. But that's going to be an 18 on persuasion.
good. Fine. Just don't let her come anywhere near here again. And
I'll try to keep her back.
when you remove the curse on that axe, it comes to me. I'll give you a fair price for it.
I'll see if I'm able to get close to it. I was trying to confirm mainly that it was a curse because everybody else is going on and on about some nonsense disease of dwarf rabies.
Alternatively, you could bring it here and I could remove it from Hazeal. But then I will simply keep the axe as the fee.
She's very attached to it.
She won't be as soon as she walks in the door.
Alright, maybe we can try and see if we can get her in the space.
For God's sake, hold on. She holds up a hand and a quill will go across the room into her fingers. And she'll pull out a piece of parchment and Hazeal, I have one you're departing soon for some other quest.
Probably tomorrow, yes.
I wish to speak a word with you about your training. Come by at your nearest convenience before departing. Bring steel. Why? She holds up a hand, and this raven is going to flutter through the room and stamp down a wax seal onto the side of it. She will turn, hand it to you.
Okay. Thank you.
You passed by, and I called out to you to deliver this.
Okay.
We'll go on.
She's gonna turn and leave.
And don't come back with the kender.
No promises. Half the time I don't know where she is.
If I see her again, I intend to either put her to sleep or put her to sleep.
I'll let her know.
Good. Have a pleasant day. Goodbye.
You as well. Goodbye.
And as you step out and reach to shut the door, she'll raise a hand, the door goes of its own volition.
Kelara will turn and leave.
All right. And with that, you will all head back accordingly. Meeting up, you will make your way eventually up into the castle proper, where you can see that Marshal Vendry's forces have returned. Darrett waits for you out in the hallway, outside of a smaller council room. And we'll turn and say, "Well met, friends. Shall we plan the next leg of our adventure?"
Yeah.
Good. It seems that we have much to talk about. Shall we? And he holds the door open for you. And as you take a step inside, I think that's where we're going to take a quick break, folks. With
Just before we do, I just want to be like, because Hazel's still up in her room, so is anybody going to go get Hazel to bring her down here?
Derek could have gone up and got you if you wanted that.
I mean, it's fair. I just want somebody to walk in when Hazel's going like, so the thing about Onyx is just like,
Oh yeah, so we'll say so as
yeah.
Riz will open the door and walk in.
So the thing about Onyx and like those sorts of hard stones is that they're like really great to build all sorts of different sculptures with, and it's really interesting how they're just
Oh, that's very interesting.
oh
I rolled a 27 to get back into bed and act like she's just pulled the covers off.
absolutely. Oh, good, you're awake.
It's been slept in. It's really, really tiring. Yeah.
Well, I don't know where the others are, but
Oh no.
they've been gone a little while.
Yeah, I think they must have gone out early to get some stuff on. I don't know. I've been just here all morning.
Yeah.
And as you say that, you'll hear the sound of nightly footsteps approaching to summon you downstairs to the council meeting. And now we're going to take that quick break. So, folks,
Thank you.
don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, everybody. This is the part of the program where we're talking to you, the chat. Let's put 5-ish minutes on the clock and let's talk. So, how's everybody doing? How you doing?
Great.
Good.
Good.
All right.
Not too bad.
Good talk. Good talk. All right, back to game. No.
All right. Let's go.
I mean,
Yeah,
good,
right.
but anybody have anything they want to talk about?
I rolled 4 for my hit die. After I rolled a 2, and then a 4, and I was like, I can do better than a 4. And then I rolled another 2, and then I rolled again, and I rolled a 4, and I'm like, that's what I get for cheating.
I think there was a time where both Dorlin from Netherdeep and Godfrey both leveled up, and each time it was like 2, 1, 3. Damn it for both of them.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if I should do my test rolls rule or just let you guys take what apparently your character wants to have as their hit points.
So I did have a question.
3 is Kelly's number.
Yeah.
I did have a question.
For many reasons.
When, let's say I were to take the feat, I believe it's called Tough.
Yeah.
Does that retroactively give
Yes.
me
Yep.
extra HP per? Oh, you know what I'm taking at level 8? That I should have taken at
Charisma 20?
level 4.
Charisma 20. Yep.
I have.
Wait, tough is
20.
retroactive?
Yep.
It's not in the wording of it.
It is.
I looked it up and I wanted to clarify with Kelly. I checked on Reddit and other people having the discussions too, but
yeah,
just
so,
because
Yeah.
The wording I have says it's just every level thereafter.
Nope. Your hit point maximum increases by amount equal to twice your level when you gain the feat. Whenever you gain a level thereafter, your hit point maximum increases by an additional 2 points.
So you don't get the 2 retroactively for every level.
You do, because
Yes, you
it's
do. That's the
factored
first
into the
part.
twice your level.
Yeah.
Okay, well
It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, different wording.
that's a little different wording though.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, and
twice your level at
Constitution
the
does
time
too.
you gain it.
And then
So if
2
I move
more
this-
every other level.
Yeah, Constitution is retroactive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So maybe he'll get a little those squats.
So at level
little-
1 you gain 2 plus 2 every additional levels. Sort of thing. Because
Mhm.
double your level.
double the level, double the
Double the
Fun.
fun. It's the greatness of the. Yeah, you could also take. Actually, Godfrey should probably. Did you take that feat from Exandria, or from Wildermount, or
rapid
Tal'Dorei Road?
recovery?
Yeah, Godfrey needs rapid recovery, man.
Oh, that one has a requirement of that campaign setting, but if you're allowing it, holy crap.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. We'll talk. That might have to be like a level 8 feat. That might have to be a special level,
Ooh.
right? So, but yeah. So, did I answer the question that was asked earlier? There was a question.
Is
asked,
tough
right?
retroactive?
Oh, is
I
that
think
what
that
it
was
was?
the
Okay,
question,
cool. Yeah, what else is going on? Y'all should go to Dork Tales Expo. I'm trying to think of what some goals are going to be. I think we're going to put like a $5,000 like goal on the counter. Let's try to hit that because that'll cover our art for quite a bit, actually. Even if we go with more expensive artists, that'll cover stuff for the next 6 to 8 months, as well as like some tech and equipment upgrades, the new website, stuff like that. But I'm thinking of like maybe at like the $500 markers, promising like a new ASMR video for every $500.
Fantastic.
Mm,
Because
yeah.
that was pretty popular. I didn't actually have chance. I had so many ideas for April Fool's jokes this year. I didn't have time to do
Yeah.
any of them because they were all just like, they came like right after GaryCon, right after Streaming for Survivors, right before my weekend away. So it was just all like boom, boom, right after Netherdeep. Which Netherdeep is coming, by the way. Netherdeep is going to be released on YouTube. I just need to edit it, but because it's like a 6.5 hour long video that is taking a little bit of time.
Dorkpod editing is happening.
Dorkpod editing is happening. How far in are you, Jen?
Not far, but
Are you having fun with it so far?
it's happening. What?
Have you hit the part where we're funny yet?
I mean, you're funny all the time, but but
mostly
it
funny
did help that 2 of the files you gave me for every single person were test files, and therefore I didn't need them.
Throw
Yeah, it's
if
So
probably
that
you're,
helped.
Fair.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
If I was going to say, if anyone who's watching this is on the Discord that we have and have ideas of what we should, just ideas of things that you'd like to or think would make good stretch goals, maybe suggest them in the Discord. Who knows?
Yeah. Do it or leave them in the comments. It's always helpful to try to hit like those big milestone goals because like some other streams that we're friends with have done things like Indiegogos to try to hit those goals, and which is fantastic. It worked really well for them this year, especially. I think like I personally like doing it as part of an event where it's like, hey, we're going to give you some extra added value to it. Instead of making like the stretch goals the primary thing. So like I'm hoping that we would do it. We've got a lot of guest stars for the expo. Actually, I'm still slotting everybody in. I'm having to turn people away from slots though. It's kind of nice. But you should definitely join our Discord if you're not already on it, folks. It is fantastic. You can find the link either in every one of the episodes if you're watching on YouTube later, or you can just go !Discord to find it on Twitch right now. And then what else is happening that y'all need to know about?
If I can chime in for a second while you're thinking. Episode 2 of Paradox, a Mage of the Ascension podcast came out last week. It's one of the shorter episodes, going over some more of the basic mechanics. I'm still kind of sticking with the basics so that anybody who's new to Mage and all of that isn't, completely thrown off guard when I use lingo, because I'll do that accidentally.
Fair.
So I wanted to cover those bases. But yeah, the plan is for an episode every couple of weeks with some of those longer ones. I'm trying to book Kelly for the next long one So we'll see when that happens.
Nice.
But I'm
And where
excited.
can that be found? you-
Currently anywhere on so it's on Spotify, it's on a couple of the smaller podcast engines, and it's on Google Podcasts now. Just found that out today. It is not yet on Apple Podcasts or anything that Apple Podcasts streams to, but
It takes a long time to get on those.
I'm surprised I got on Google Podcasts as quickly as I did.
Google, I found that they were really quick. Like Apple usually takes a couple weeks, and boom, I've given you your own command now. It's Paradox Podcast.
Oh, thank you.
We'll have that pop
Yay.
up.
And
that's
but yeah,
the
if anyone
Podbean
wants to
link.
talk about the podcast, there is a channel on the Discord as well. So
Nice. That's pretty great.
Yay.
So what else do I have to tell you guys? We've got the start dates for Radiant Citadel and for the new non-Patreon game that is set in the lands of Arcos, which is going to be starting at the end of May. It was going to start in April, but just life situations had to move stuff around, and then all of us are busy for like the first part of May. So it's real, like it's people are away, people moving, people are having mothers apparently. Did you know that was a thing? And so on. So like that'll be really good. You have a mother, or you? Oh yeah, you know a mother. How is Caitlin? How's she doing?
I think she's doing well. Actually, the reason it took me a little bit longer to get back is little guy just had his shots, his immunizations yesterday, so he's a little fussy, but mostly just super cuddly right now. And he just likes being held. He likes being around people, which is kind of cute.
That is cute.
It's
That's
actually
good.
really, really cute. He's such a cuddle bug. He's just very unhappy if anyone, you put him down in his bassinet and he's just like, no, there's nobody in here with me. Like, he does not like it.
Aw. Remind me to poke Caitlin. I'm gonna try to get her in some. I have some discussions I'd like to have with Caitlin about future projects.
That's awesome. Yeah. We'll do. I'll mention to her if she's not in the chat listening already. To make sure to talk to you.
Definitely. All right. Any last things before we hop back into the game? I think that is about it. Come to Dork Tales Expo. Do it. It's going to be great. A lot of fantastic panels and events that are going to be there. I can't talk about the secret project that most of us are working on, but the graphics are almost done for it already, which is funny because that's not coming out for quite a while. Go to Bookwyrm Games, use code DorkTales, and then buy Bones Coffee, because they're in the US, which means my commission is way bigger for me. So go do it. Let's see. And then I think that's about it. Yeah, you'll absolutely. Oh, Breck, remind me what panel you wanted to be in and were available for. Please PM me directly on Discord and tell me what panels you're available for, because I'd love to have you involved there. And I want to slot you in before those seats get taken away by people who are external to the Dork Tales team and the Dork Tales family. So let me know. Secret Dork Tales project. Secret Dork Tales project. Yes, indeed.
Reminded me of Dr. Evil there.
A little bit Dr. Evil. It turns out that all you have to do, Scott, is you have to put your tongue at the roof of your mouth like you've eaten a lot of peanut butter. I shall begin Preparation H.
Preparations A through G were unsuccessful.
We move now to preparation.
You're right, it works.
That's how you made it worse. You made it worse, not better.
That's one of those jokes that you like didn't get as a kid, and then you rewatch it as an adult and you're like, ha, funny. That's why my parents laughed so much at that.
I love revisiting movies. My favorite is when you revisit movies like that and you're like, this came out in the 90s and there's very little like stuff that makes me cringe these days. Like Ace Ventura 1, hard to watch because of certain things. The Naked Gun movies, surprisingly easy to watch.
Yep.
That is just wholesome, like core comedy. Naked Gun. Airplane.
Yeah, like those, like the jokes are a lot less targeted downward and just more silly for the most part. It's nice.
Yeah.
Go watch them if you haven't already. Most of them are available for watching. All right, so folks, it is time for us to head back into game. Are you ready, players?
Yes.
Indeed.
All right, then with that, it is time to head back into Dungeons and Dragons. Dragonlance. Shadow of the Dragon Queen. There we go. Rolled shoulders, let's do it. Hello and welcome back to Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen, here on Dork Tales. Gathering your forces forth, you head down into one of the council rooms down below, where you can see that your entire party has gathered forth, along with Marshal Vendry, Darrett, and Levna are there as well. As you make your way into the room, Darrett gestures you to grab a seat. There's glasses, there are cups of wine on the table and water as well, if you'd like it, as well as fruit and bread to keep you occupied during the meeting. Marshal Venry looks around, and I'm glad that you all made it all out of your predicament in one piece. It sounds like you had quite an awful time. Well, Darrett has informed me that there is trouble headed into the Northern Wastes. Is that correct?
I
That's
think so.
correct.
Well, that's unfortunate. It makes sense, though, given our recon. Darrett, you were saying? Yes. My scouts have reported that the Red Dragon Army has split its forces. Inexplicably, before your report, it appears that a contingent has headed into the Northern Wastes. They appear to be looking for something. I think it may be what you were talking about, this city. What can you tell us about this city of lost names? Anything?
No,
I don't think so. I think we just got told about it.
Well, perhaps we should begin the meeting improper then. Marshal Venry stands, takes a look out the window. Whatever is going to be coming is not going to be pleasant. We're going to have to make our way quickly, and then the door to the chamber will open, and Lord Baccharis will enter. I appear to be somewhat late. He heads over and pulls a seat out. The chair grinds on the floor, and he gives you all of a look before kind of hiding his eyes down a bit.
I'll give him a short nod.
I pray I did not miss much. No, we were just waiting for you. I hope you don't mind. It's a bit more humble of a chamber than the last, but I have a feeling that council chamber will be closed for quite some time. Yes, I see. Well, I'm here now, Marshal. I would like to dive into things here I would like to not tarry, or if it were not for those Red Dragon soldiers, my son would still be with us. I would see them halted. Good, as would I. I want you to explain to me what happened yesterday, Marshal Vendry says, looking around at each of you. And you can just give them a quick summary if you don't want to leave anything out, or you can go through it. Your call.
Yeah, give a summary and start with, I guess, coming into town and hearing about Knights of Solamnia, and going from there, and Hazeal discovering their ruse and breaking
How
it
they
out.
got into the city with their illusion, imitating Knights of Solamnia, how it kind of got quickly out of hand from there.
Do we tell about the vision of the blue lady telling us to go down?
At that point, that's not any more unbelievable than anything else.
Yes, I know. I'm just asking if we did, because I know Ruse would probably offer that information unless anyone would have shut her up to not mention that.
I don't think Godfrey would intentionally leave anything out up until he was knocked out.
All right. Do you mention the Dragonlance?
Yes. Or rather, because there was a ghost beforehand, wasn't there? Like, that showed up to us and mentioned that there was a Dragonlance in the tomb?
Yes,
Yes.
I believe so.
After giving your brief description, Marshal Vendry will look at each of you. I want to say up front that I trust you. However, the city is somewhat nervous. It somehow got out that you arrived at the castle, and shortly after, the council was murdered. Rumors have a way of spreading, and regardless of the truth, people need a scapegoat, and it appears that right now the rumors are targeting you as such. We're trying to squash it with the truth, but that does take some time. That said, I think that there are better uses for you than having you hang around inside of Calaman's walls. You mentioned that this Lord Soth has an interest in the Northern Wastes. Like Darrett, I have no idea why anyone would want to go to that miserable land. It's a deadly wasteland, nothing more. But if that city is there, I'm assuming it's some type of weapon. I'm confused as to why this Lord Soth did not take that Dragonlance with him. Perhaps it is just a useless relic, but I don't think that's adding up.
Hazeal said that it seemed like it's been almost unblessed by gods.
Yeah. But Kelara mentioned unblessed by gods, but it's muted.
Sorry. Yeah.
The power in it is not at anywhere near full strength, so it could be it was just missed.
I agree. I feel, if I may, Marshal, I feel that my friends here they've stumbled across something of great power that could be of use. And it's like you said, if there is a weapon in the Northern Wastes that the Red Dragon Army could find, it would be catastrophic. A most heinous endeavor for all of us. I disagree. I feel just the fact that they're in search of a weapon is our advantage. If they're headed to the north and splitting their forces, then our chances are much higher. I believe that our best use would be marshaling our forces and taking on what parts of the Red Dragon army we can successfully defeat. The first step should be fighting off the nearby heads of the dragon and restoring the government of Calaman, now that I appear to be the only one surviving. With all respect, I think that our friends here would assume that, yes, Rizira.
So this is out of character question. Have we gotten any information that links like Soth and the Red Dragon Army together at all? Or are they two separate instances at this point in our heads? I don't have anything in my notes, but I'm just wondering if there's any reason
There's nothing that has concretely linked them, although now the Red Dragon Army is headed to the north as well.
Yeah, okay.
So maybe they might be after the same thing, they might be competing with each other, they might be in cahoots.
Yeah, okay, cool. Thanks.
I do think that this is a verified threat, and I believe that Lord Soth is very dangerous and could be in Derek kind of looks at each of you and kind of does the eyebrow waggle of, please help.
I'm sure you saw the damage done to the crypt below. That was likely simply just from him walking
Yes.
through the walls.
Also, if you believe us, he came in with his ghostly assistant and just rose some old dead knights and animated them, and then slaughtered the entire council, and then dug through the catacombs. Like, this is a very powerful person who
let's
walked into the city, just did it, and
let's
it
not
won't
forget-
stop.
let's not forget the flames that he
The
stole
dark flames.
for
Seems
whatever
something of a
purpose it's.
contradiction, does it not? The dark flame.
I don't know how to describe it, but there
Didn't
was a-
somebody do some sort of a check on them?
Yeah,
To find out
Hazeal.
more about them.
Hazeal
Yeah.
got some lore off him, but
So
so what
whatever
would you
fell
suggest?
purpose that he had there, it won't be good for any of us if it goes unchallenged.
Yeah, I think someone, if it needs to be us to get out of the way of the ire of the city looking for someone to blame, someone needs to go. And if there is a weapon and the Red Dragon Army is not already working with Soth, if they strike some sort of bargain and start working together, that is not going to be good for us at all.
No, we want to avoid
We
that.
need to beat them, head them off at the pass, and get the advantage, and not stay here.
I don't want
slowly moving troops around when we could be moving quickly. It's enough to fight these Draconians. It's another if they were to ally with the undead.
We need to be the rapier in the side of the beast versus the great axe swinging. We can be small and precise strike.
Fine. Marshal Venry waves a hand. What would you suggest then? I would suggest that you allow me to accompany them, to take a contingent of troops to the Northern Waste to investigate what exactly the Dragon Army wants there, and whether or not it ties into what Lord Soth did. We owe it to the Council, at the very least, to investigate why their deaths occurred. I'm not sure this is a strategically sound move. But you're right. It would be a good idea to get you out of Calaman while the heat is on. Last thing we need is a protest outside or people calling for your heads.
It would help maintain order in the city.
Lord Baccharis, do you and the rest mind if I speak with Darrett alone about this matter? If you'd like, you can head down. There's a small library down the hall. Perhaps you could do a little bit of research and learn some things about the Northern Wastes.
That is where we are to be.
In this city of lost names.
Well, go do some research. We have something to plan. In the meanwhile, I guess prepare yourselves. Darrett and I will work out the details. I could stay for that. I think that I would be able to provide. You know, I probably have other places that I could. He starts adjusting himself as everyone kind of gives him a squinty look at that. And Lord Baccharis will stand and with a screech of his chair on the floor, will... perhaps later. And will head out of the room.
Kelara will get up to go find that library. Then.
Hazeal will follow.
And
Alright.
see if
Before-
she can actually do anything, because I don't think she necessarily knows how a library works, besides that it has lots of books.
I think Riz is gonna quickly knock or pull on Darrett's cape as she's leaving the room. Could you see about getting us some supplies? You know, things like food ration. We're kind of broke at the moment, so we can't buy anything for patching ourselves up or eating. So if you could somehow work your way into getting some of that thrown in, that'd
Of
be great.
course, I would be happy to. We have to make sure that one of our greatest strengths is well equipped. Don't worry, my friend, you'll have plenty to eat. I guarantee it.
On that note, Rizira, it's not much, but I was able to sell some things, and here's some of what I owe you back. And we'll hand the 20 steel
Oh,
to her.
thank you, Godfrey. How'd you get this?
I sold the fishing rod.
Oh, the one you won from Vogler?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't have to do that, but thank you.
Well, maybe once this is all done, I can try and buy it back, but there's more important things right now.
Yeah.
The library that you find yourselves in shortly is down the hall. It's fairly small, about the size of Declan's library. And here there's enough seats for you each to grab a comfortable perch to look through and peruse some of the books. Anybody who would like to can make me a history check.
Ooh, I have that.
Would there be any way to use investigation to try and find books?
No, but if you use investigation, something else might happen.
All right, I'm gonna use it back because I
have
took
a
that as
plus
That'll be a
0.
17.
I have a +0 to this,
Okay.
and I rolled a nat 20.
Okay.
Woo.
Beat my 19.
19? Okay.
Yeah.
And Kelara, are you just going to...
5.
5. Okay. Kelara, you are going to find a book that says Ducks and Their Enemies.
Ooh, that looks interesting.
It has a bunch of monk-style art of ducks in full plate armor fighting their enemies, which apparently are snails.
This is actually kind of fun. She's gonna read it.
Apparently, for every 10 ducks, there is a captain of the ducks, which is actually a goose. It doesn't really make much sense, but hey, there you go.
Why do
Aurontiros.
monks draw everyone fighting snails?
Snails, we could go into a long-winded conversation about what the snails actually represent.
As soon as you said snail, I was like, oh, I shouldn't press that button.
As soon as
but
you
I-
asked that question, I'm looking at Jen's screen being like, she probably has the answers.
If you think it's a wiener, you're probably right.
Probably. Yeah. I was going to say, I do have a book that's called, it's something like Ducks, How to Make Them Pay or something like
Yeah,
that.
Ducks and
it
How to
is
Make Them Pay.
And it is absolutely not what you think it is, or what you'd hope it would be. It is, in fact, about making money from ducks.
Yeah, by extorting them.
Oh,
Put it on their bill.
Yeah.
All right, so looking through, you are going to find quite a few different things that you're going to collaborate. In fact, you guys did way better than the check assumes you did, so here's what you find. Collaborating together, looking through. Christine, you will have advantage on the next duck-related check that you have to make.
Excellent.
So make a note.
All right.
You will have disadvantage on the next goose-related check, however, because all of the geese in there are utter lies. Okay. So it's a min-max thing. looking inside of there, you are going to discover, putting all of your things in a row, you are going to learn that grand ruins predating the cataclysm litter the region that is the northern wastes. Looking through it, you are each going to be able to find one landmark out of the three of you that succeeded there. On your history rolls, looking through, you can see that there is a bit of an old map that you are finding there, and you can see that there is... One moment, please.
What was the check? I think 4 of us succeeded.
3 of you succeeded on history checks.
Yes. Oh,
one of you made an
I did
investigation check.
Perfect. Thank you.
So we will deal with that later. You will see there that there are a couple of different things that are kind of brought together. One is I'm going to say that this is going to be Aurontiros. Aurontiros, flipping through a history of elven religions. You are just going to pull this book random, flip through it, and there is something called the Blue Phoenix Shrine. That is, if you had to put it on the map, you'd probably say it was down along the deep drought, kind of midway through the peninsula. But there is an ancient elven ruin there that worships a god known as Habakkuk. Whether or not you have any idea who Habakkuk is beyond me, but there is something that particularly the sea elves worship there. There is a shrine located there that could have something useful in it. I will go ahead and... so you all should have visibility on the map right now. I will mark that.
It's a very blank map. Ooh.
So you should be able to see. I just put a C in there.
Oh yes, I see.
A C for clue.
So
Yeah.
basically, it's marked on the map. It's a bit inland, basically directly north of Vogler, where there's a bunch of crags meeting the deep drought.
Where is Vogler on the map on Roll20?
All right, hold on one sec.
Sorry,
directly south from where the sea is.
In that
by the
inlet.
river.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so we're Calmans. Okay. Cool.
I love that name. Cliffs that drink.
Surprised they
Okay.
managed to get that many people named Cliff together.
I'm just gonna swap over real quick. You'll be able to determine that there is an ancient elven ruin there. As for you, Godfrey, as you are flipping around looking through some of the books, you are going to discover that there is an old spire spoken about over this rock formation called Dragonel Spire. It apparently is shaped like a dragon. Could potentially have some sort of significance.
Interesting.
It's quite a ways inland, though. So you would have to go quite a way to reach where it is up there. Swap back real quick. And then as you are flipping through, you are going to find another spot that is located actually very near the Storm Step, Hazeal. And the Storm Step is just actually north of this thing that Aurontiros has found. It is a place called Wakenreth. It's an old funerary obelisk. And anyone who speaks Elvish will know that the words Wakenreth means House of Silence in Elvish. It's a Sylvanesti artifact, or Sylvanesti site. So you are going to find that. And Riz, what did you get on your roll?
17.
17? Flipping through you're not going to be able to find much in ways of things about the Northern Wastes, but going through, you are going to find, well, at least not about their topography. However, you will find a book that says, that is called The Northern Wastes, Dangers and Geography. So anyone who chooses to read through that will gain some information on what travel is like there. So it's basically there's 3 modes of travel across the Northern Wastes. When you are looking at the map, there are hex grids. To go across one of those hexes, basically, if you move at a normal pace, you can move 2 hexes per day. Everything in the Northern Wastes is difficult terrain, so it will be quite exhausting for you to travel over. So moving at a normal pace, you can move 2 of the hexes that are on the screen. Okay. Your distance per day is basically going to be related to like how quickly you go through it, but you can move about 12 miles a day at a normal pace, which is pretty good. You won't be taking any penalties for doing that. You can go slower, you can go faster, it's up to you. Also, you will know that inside of the wash, the entire place is basically like an anthill. So like broken, craggy canyon riddle lands, and the tides from the 3 moons cause floodwaters from the Tribidus Ocean to sweep through the region constantly. These are unpredictable floods known as the wash, and their harsh salty water threatens all of the creatures in the canyons. Sometimes the wash leaves the northern canyons parched for weeks, other times waters sweep in and out multiple times a day. So you will have to contend with
this kind of area,
basically,
like
yeah,
sky tiers,
anything with canyon area, but honestly it affects the entire region.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so it is potentially very dangerous, but knowing that could happen there, it means you'll keep an eye out for it. Moving with an army will take quite a while, but moving without an army will allow you quite a bit of flexibility.
Yeah, do we know where we're supposed to be going on this map?
You have no freaking clue where this ancient lost city is.
Right, it's
Was there any other details that were mentioned about it that we're just not remembering?
Nope.
I don't.
Okay.
The Northern Waste, City of Lost Names. That's it. So after about an hour and change, there will be a knock at your door. My friends? Darrett will enter, flanked by Levna. Marshal Vendry has agreed to send us and you to the Northern Wastes. I'll be in command of a few hundred soldiers alongside of, well, I suppose you. However, I'd love it if you could, well, act as the tip of the spear. A scouting expedition. We'll back you up, but I think you'll be able to make much better time than us. To avoid drawing of the dragon army's attention, we're going to take a few ships to ferry us across Kalaman Bay at night. That way we should be able to enter fairly stealthily. We should take the far, if it works for us for traveling, we should try and take the far gap, because that has about like 18 miles. It's probably an excellent idea.
It's a great idea, Rizira.
Yeah.
Very clever. I wouldn't have thought of that myself. Thank you, Rizira. It's excellent to have friends that can look at things from a different angle as yourself. So there's a secluded cove called Wrecker's Edge, kind of at the northeastern shore of, or pardon me, the southeastern shore of the Wastes. We'll disembark here, and from there, well, we'll discover the army's plot, thwart it, and then make our way home. Do you have any questions?
No.
Good. I think you should prepare. If possible, we should probably depart tonight.
Sounds great.
Good.
I believe we still have something Godfrey was waiting for.
Oh.
From the smiths.
The armor.
Oh.
Oh, and Kelara has something about the armor as well. Her own breastplate's getting...
Hers will take longer, but Godfrey's might come tonight. We
Not too much longer, though. They just said the morning.
Well, we'll need to go at night. If you need an extra day, we can do it.
what say you all?
I think making sure that, especially if we're at the tip, that we're all protected is a good idea.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, take the day, take the evening tonight. Relax and enjoy yourselves. For tomorrow evening, we head out into the northern wastes and to victory.
To victory.
To victory. Yeah, to victory. Levna is going to scratch the scar on her chin. All right, here's the big question. Do you want me sticking around with you, Darrett? Or do I go with you guys?
We make a good team.
Yeah, because I end up having to pick up all the slack when you go down.
I think you're the only
Better-
one who's gone down so far.
The only thing I... bites her lip rather.
I agree. Victory.
Yeah, victory.
Yes, yes.
So you want me along on your side?
Sir.
Yeah.
Your sword could be of great use for us.
Then I'll tag
You
along.
need someone to keep Godfrey in check.
Exactly.
Wow. Just because you're wearing knight's armor doesn't make you a knight yet, boy. And until then, you're still sworn to carry my burdens.
I know.
But, I could do that. If there's trouble back at the camp, I can always depart.
Yeah, that's why we keep the Fargab, and if they're having issues, we send you back.
Excellent. So we're in agreement. Well, go and enjoy yourselves, and then tomorrow night, we depart.
All right.
Sounds good.
Kelara.
Mm-hmm.
As Darrett and Levna depart the room, Levna goes, I don't know about you, I'm going to get a nice drink and a nice bed before it's time to go. I'm not risking life and limb without something warm. Of course, you can hear that trail off. Leaving just the group of you, you have that scroll that was given to you, that little note.
Oh, right, the one for Hazeal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Hazeal, here.
Oh, what's this?
That really creepy mage gave it to me. She said
Why
it
did
was
she
for
give
you.
it to you? No.
Creepy mage.
Oh, no.
Hazeal, I require your
Hazel's right
presence
here.
before you depart on whatever foolhardy endeavor you wish to head out on. This is related to your training. Come by my apothecary post haste.
All right, guess I know what I'm doing this evening.
What's that?
Training.
Training.
I was looking forward to a good drink, too. Heft axe.
Why not both?
I mean, maybe after, but knowing what training could mean, it could mean anything from go fetch me this rare plant that only grows in the middle of the woods at midnight on this specific day, to sit here and meditate for 18 hours until you leave. It's really,
Both of those sound pretty fun.
I mean, they can be, but they mean I don't go get a drink. But we'll see. It might be fast. It might be a quick. It probably won't be fast, but it might leave me enough time for a drink later. We'll see.
I'll tag along. I had some questions, like what's a mage?
All right.
Well, I mean, I think it's a word that is used to describe somebody who can use magic.
I thought that was a wizard or sorcerer.
I mean, yes, but I think I've seen this one too before in books. It's kind of fancy, highfalutin, just kind of overall magic. not a specific type
Oh,
of magic.
magic.
I think that's where it comes from. I don't know. I just heard it before.
I suppose then I am a mage.
I suppose technically.
With your strange
I am
elven
too.
magic.
I think you could
Strange.
train at the tower if you wanted to. They might like you about as much as they like sorcerers, but
Wait,
they're
there's a
pretty
difference?
wizard focused.
See, Godfrey is confused as much as I am.
I mean, I understand Kalara's gifts are from the gods, but you know what? I don't know if I want to know.
Yeah, I'm not
Alright.
entirely sure how it works either. Wizards study, and I don't have to do that. So
Well, just get straight A's without even studying over here.
obviously, but
All right.
I've got to go do some sort of training, so I best be going to do that. And Hazeal will go to leave.
Okay. Who's going with Hazeal? Okay. So Aurontiros,
Does Kelara
you...
stop Riz? Oh no, Riz knows. Riz is not sleeping in her bed tonight. Riz is going to hide for the night.
All right. So, Hazeal, you and Aurontiros make your way across town, entering into the into her apothecary. As you do, the door will swing open. You'll hear, "Enter, Hazeal."
Oh, I heard you wanted to see me about something.
Yes, I would. I would. Oh, yes, you brought your friend. And she
He
says
wanted to
in...
come. He had some questions.
She says in Elven, "Welcome.
Oh,
My contacts at the Tower of High Sorcery in Wayreth have denied your request to travel there and participate in the test of High Sorcery." She looks up from her book as she says that. "The threat of the Dragon Army is too great, and the Orders don't want to be perceived as taking sides in the conflict. However, I have spoken with the head of the Conclave. The mage Parsalian has granted you a special exception."
Really?
Yes. She reaches behind the counter and offers you a simple wooden brooch studded with red, black, and white stones. He has allowed you to practice magic as a provisional member of the Mages of High Sorcery. The time of your test will be decided after the Dragon Army's threat has passed. Until then, this token represents the Conclave's blessing. Congratulations, Provisional Mage.
Thank you. I'm honored.
Yes. Oh, and also, why are you wielding an axe? Isn't that beneath your station as a mage?
No, I was wielding a hammer because it's my arcane focus, and I
I
don't
see.
necessarily need to wield the hammer.
Interesting craftsmanship. What is that? Bring it closer. I'd like to see the rune work on it.
I'll bring it closer. I'm not letting it go.
Hold it tight. I don't want you to accidentally drop it on the floor.
Mhm.
And she reaches into her cloak, rustles around. And what else did I have for your joy? Oh, here. And it's going to blow dust in your face, and it's going to cast Remove Curse, because I'm pretty
Excellent.
sure that she can do that
Yep.
as her type of moon mage. So you are just going to, and suddenly your attachment and the blood rage is going to vanish from you as the curse is lifted. On the counter.
Oh. I'm gonna put it down and then back away from it.
Your Kender was quite handsy when she was in here earlier today. She ran away with something of some value. You, should you be able to reclaim it from her, may keep it in exchange for this axe.
Okay.
I imagine
I
you will
don't
find
really
this.
want that axe back, so it can
Oh, I know exactly where this could go.
Okay.
I think you'll
I'm
find
sure
it
you'll
quite
take
useful.
great care of it.
As you should. Good luck, Hazeal.
Thank you.
Now, if you're not buying anything, my research awaits.
Are you interested in purchasing magical items?
Am I interested in purchasing magical items?
Yes.
Perchance, what might you have?
Well, I've got this onyx weird eggy thing. And well, when you touch it, see for yourself. He's gonna hand over the weird oval nightmare egg.
She's just gonna wave a hand over it, and it's gonna glow faintly for a second. Interesting. What would you like for it?
I was thinking 50 steel.
50 steel. What you have in your hands is worth perhaps 5 steel coins.
Really? What is
It's
it then?
It's a parlor trick.
Oh,
it
so
says
the whispers aren't real.
Oh, they are real. They were whispered into it by a particularly annoying magus. However, put it up to your ear about a dozen times and you'll start hearing repetition. It has a limited storage capacity.
Can I roll insight on her?
Yes.
Can it be reprogrammed, perhaps?
Not by a bard. Or are you wishing to learn real magic, Rendell?
Well, I have thought about dabbling.
There are many elves inside of the Mages of High Sorcery. You could
Do I have
join
to meet
them.
any of them?
You may yet. I could put your name forward. Although technically, at this moment, Hazeal could take you on as an apprentice provisionally. I remember hearing
Really?
that you were at her test.
They were.
You can do magic?
I can.
Show me. Without breaking anything in my shop.
Oh, of course not.
Cast shatter.
Run.
Cast fireball. Cast lightning.
Starts a performance in acting.
You know
That's
what?
counterspell.
Are there any plants in
Yeah,
this shop?
there is what looks like some mandrake root nearby.
Oh, let's do oh, so it's not alive. It's just
It is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to cast a plant growth on it.
Interesting. Elven magic. Technically, you should be trained by the tower. Would you like to join the order? Aurontiros.
I don't think I introduced myself.
Your family is well known.
Ah,
You already have a book from the tower.
that's true.
Hmm.
So
If
be
you'd
it.
like to study, please.
I think I would like to learn from Hazeal.
I'd like to teach you.
Then I must warn you, as his teacher, Hazeal, anything that Aurontiros does will reflect directly upon you and vice versa. And should you fail your test, he may fail as well. And would have to seek out a new master.
Has she not passed her test?
She has passed.
I haven't taken it.
She has not taken the real test yet.
I thought that was too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But times of war mean field promotions.
And luckily, you both are quite long-lived. You'll have plenty of time to pass your test once the Red Dragon army is dealt with.
Indeed.
Tell you what. I'll take your egg, and I'll trade you a doodad that I have no use for. Since we're trucking in wands today. She goes behind the counter, reaches up on a shelf, and pulls out a little hickory box. Brings it down, sets it on the counter. Opens it up where it's lined with like plush, vibrant yellow velvet. You may take this.
And you want nothing extra in exchange?
One day I will call upon you for a favor.
All right, I'll pick it up and look at it.
Okay. Let's find out what this is. Ready? Okay. All right. Do me a favor. Roll me a d4. I want to see if you roll better than me.
I am. We don't have to like go through all of it, but I am just gonna look around the shop and see if I can find anything that would be useful for what we're about to go do, because I still have all of my personal steel.
Ooh, nice.
I haven't spent any of it, so I've got like 80 steel, I think, something like that.
How did you start with 80 steel?
I rolled really well.
Dwarves.
Oh, I just did basic, like, starting equipment kind of thing.
Yeah, because she doesn't have to buy anything, right? Like a dagger. Like an axe is like 10 gold or something like that. 4 and d4?
Yeah.
All right. As you reach down, you will pick up this wand, and you'll see at the bottom, it has the knotted handle is curved into like a smiling drama face. All right, apprentice, pointed at Hazeal.
Points it at Hazeal.
Its command word is drama. Elven for cheers.
Oh. Dramak.
All right, Hazeal, please make me a charisma saving throw.
Oop.
I'm gonna use my power to balance
Okay.
balance my roll if I can. I think I can do it on saving throws. Hold on.
Yep. Okay.
Let me double check. Because I didn't roll very well.
That's okay.
You'll be fine. Have I ever led you astray?
Oh, it is not a saving throw. It's only an attack roll or ability check. Damn
Ooh,
it.
too bad. All right,
That's
what'd you
an
get?
8.
Perfect.
Oh, sorry,
Hazeal.
It's an 11 because I do have proficiency.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna spend a hurt them more to make it happen anyway, because it's funnier. Hazeal, you are gonna just hurt. You're just in a really good mood, whether or not you want to be. You're smiling. You're just like, you can't stop smiling for the next minute. You can't stop smiling. A wand of smiles.
Oh. Well, isn't that pleasant?
Well, until you overuse it.
My face.
Wait, what about overusing it?
You'll see.
Does it stop?
After a fashion.
Use it or lose it, I suppose.
It has 3 charges. It regains its charges at dawn. As for other items in the Northern Wastes that might help you, Hazeal, you don't use a spell book traditionally. So, let me see. And she'll reach, and let me just quickly look for anything that might help you. Do you have anything in mind that you're thinking of, or just kind of curious?
Just kind of curious. I just don't know what I would have or what, and I might be wrong about how much money I have. I thought I asked when building about what I do for it because I don't know D&D, but I might be wrong. So
you either take one of the starting packages that give you like your pack and everything, or you take the lump sum.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, I did accidentally do both, but I haven't used anything in the starting pack. So why don't we just say I had the lump sum?
Sounds good. So looking at that, she'll like, well, I suppose that if you're looking for something that can help you in the Northern Wastes, the token that Rizira, the Kender, has should be very useful. However, I also have beads of nourishment and beads of refreshment, which I'll be willing to sell for 5 steel coins each.
Excellent, let's do that.
Which would you prefer?
Sorry.
A bead of refreshment will transform a pitcher of swamp water into clean, clear drinking water. A bead of nourishment is a gelatinous bead that dissolves in your tongue and gives you a day's worth of food.
Can I
5
get one
of those?
each?
5 of those would be a steal. 5 of each.
Okay, great. Yeah, let's do 10 of each.
Done. There you are. She passes these little. They basically look like water beads.
Excellent.
And don't mix them up. It will make your toast very soggy.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Besides that, I can
emergency.
I can restock any of your magical components.
I don't necessarily. I mean, I might need like the expensive components, even if I have the arcane focus, right?
Yes.
But the arcane focus like is the same as basically the components pouch, which is like negligible stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like it.
So basically, what we're doing in this game is like we're hand waving anything that doesn't have like a stated cost or isn't obviously like a diamond. Basically, if it doesn't say worth X, then we're not.
Yeah.
We're just gonna hand wave. I'm assuming that you can find some back guano.
Yeah.
Which
cool. I'll double check if there's any of my spells that require that.
Okay.
And if it does, I'll pay what I can for whatever thing. But
sounds good. And we can always have that be something later as well. If you have 50 steel on you as well, I could make some adjustments to your robes. We do have robes of mending.
Yeah, that could be.
50 steel is a very reasonable rate.
Hazeal being better at the commerce thing than I probably am, maybe we'll know if that's a reasonable rate and not haggle, or we'll do whatever.
You can always try to haggle. I mean, I think it would be undwarven not to haggle.
This is true, and I do have a +7 to persuasion, so
do it. Her DC's high because she's YN.
That's fair.
What if I give you a hand?
You want
with this persuasion?
How would you help haggle?
How would I help?
Sing a little ditty about haggling. Sorry.
Well, the thing about these what do these robes of mending really do?
They repair any tears and they keep themselves clean, regardless of the circumstances.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at like my tattered robes and be like,
I'm just gonna touch Hazel's robes and use mending. Oh, Well, so 50 seems a little high for something that I can do on a whim, don't you think?
Considering that you only repaired one portion of it, yes. I think.
Oh
that it is
no,
quite-
one portion of it. Oh geez, and he's gonna walk around her and touch another part that's like.
All right,
soiled
Hazel, make
or-
me that roll with advantage then, as the annoying elf helps.
I rolled the die onto the other dice.
If it's stacked on top, then it counts for double.
It did. It kind of weirdly cocked in between two. That is not the good roll. That's I rolled a 7, and then I rolled my second roll, and it went 6 tilt to 16.
Okay.
So that is a 23.
A 23? Okay.
Yeah.
The rubs didn't question that I have are size for a dwarf anyway, so they would be a bit of a cutoff on anyone else. I've been having trouble getting rid of them, and they are in red. Although I think, honestly, Hazel, you're doing yourself a disservice by not wearing something a bit darker. What do you think would be a more fair cost, then?
Hazel would know a better price. I
Well,
don't know
since you're
prices.
trying to get rid of them, I think we could do 20 to take them off your hands.
20. I'm sorry. I don't. Your elven accent is slipping. I thought you
Oh,
said 20. 40
25.
does sound acceptable, I suppose.
Well, you see how tall she is, right? She barely takes up any fabric at all. You're trying to get rid of them anyway. How many dwarf mages come through here? I used a word I just learned, Hazel.
You're right. I'll take 5 steel off. 35. Final offer.
Deal.
Good. She exchanges it out for you, and you are going to have nice robes that will always be clean and never rip for 35
Fantastic.
steel.
It seems I've been replaced.
I'm sure the others can use your talents. I mean, think of Godfrey.
He's afraid of me.
Yeah, so think of how much more afraid when you can just fix his clothes.
Well,
Or
I'm not
other
going to
spells
fix his
that I can
clothes
teach
without
you.
his consent.
I have imagined a future for the two of you, and I see that together you will be a blight on Kryn. Enjoy, and please do so outside of my shop. She goes back to researching.
And away we go.
And away we
Alright.
go.
As the door swings shut of its own volition, Aurontiros is going to turn to Hazel and be like, what was her name again?
All right. Is anybody else
I will
doing
say
anything?
her name. I can't remember it, I
Why?
can't remember how to pronounce it.
Why
Yeah.
Han? Why
Wyan.
not Han? Why Han? So, the rest of you are doing anything tonight, or just preparing for the next day? Okay. Preparing for the next day. Well, you spend time, you have some drinks, you get some sleep, whether or not it's in your bed, under your bed, or in the closet, or, you know, in one of the lavatories hiding from your party members. Whatever the best of it.
She's
you-
not hiding from her party members. She's hiding from the shop person she thinks she's getting from. So. She's probably in the stables with Ispin.
Okay. Darrett arranges to meet you the next evening on the docks. The section of docks used by the military. And it is there that you will find yourself next to quite an immense ship. A few of them, in fact. However, as you arrive, you are going to see that he is not alone. Standing next to him are 3 people. Cudgel Ironsmile, Tatina Ruckledust, and Dame Becklin. They all smile as you approach. So, where are we going? Says Cudgel. Ready to bust some heads. And I'm looking to try out the Far Gap in person at a distance.
Wow.
Good to see you.
We're looking for a city with an unknown location.
Oh, I know what you're looking for.
Oh?
I mean, not specifically, but I'm going to give you some backup. If you don't mind.
Oh.
It's most welcome.
And also, what do you think of this? Rookledust takes a step forward, reaches up. She's wearing like a large cap at the moment, and she whips it off. And her normally long blonde hair is going to kind of plume out in these waves of vibrant violet blue. Got myself all decked up just in time for the mission.
That is amazing hair.
Thank you. I think it's pretty lovely.
You do realize that some of it will be on land, so it won't necessarily camouflage like you've done with the water in the background.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. Speaking of lovers, you'll hear from further down the dock. Godfrey, Levna will approach, carrying a large package. This arrived for you. Well, you made your way here. She sets it down next to you on a crate on the dockside.
Lovers? What are you talking about? And I'll look at what it is.
And as you take a look at it, you'll see that it's your armor having been delivered.
Nice.
Lord Sarlamir's repaired armor. And as you look up, you'll see that from behind Levna, Kelara has stepped out, dressed in her new camouflaged mithril. That is this kind of like brown and blue pattern that's very woven together, very fashionable, very elegant, that fits her kind of country core chic.
Wow.
Well, I shan't be accompanying you, Dame Becklin says, as she looks to each of your faces. However, I wanted to see you off. I'll be remaining here to offer what support I can to Marshal Vendry. In the meanwhile, though, Sir Levna, should you do this, or should I? I don't know. Hey, Pipsqueak. Pick your favorite. Me or her.
I'll look back at, where's Rizira?
Pick your favorite knight.
Oh,
Aurontiros is going to point at Darrett.
You're talking to me. Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking to Rizira. Well, no
I'm
offense.
going to point at Godfrey.
No offense, Dame Becklin, but Sir Levna, I think that would have to be you.
Oh, crap. All right, kid. Take a knee.
I'll get down on one knee.
She'll draw her greatsword. By the oath and the measure, Squire Solamnia, I present you with your quest of knighthood. Find this lost city of names and report back, and I'll knight your ass. Do you accept this duty even though it may cost you your life?
I do.
Then until then, wear the armor of Solamnia with pride. don't screw it up.
Yes, sir.
And put on the armor before I change my mind. I couldn't have said it
Alright.
better myself. And with
Thank you.
that, oh. Hey, the number of times you've been stabbed in my presence, you've earned it, kid. It's almost dark. We ready to go? I believe so. Have safe travels. I shall miss all of you, and will do my best to make sure the Calaman is waiting and protected when you return. Well, shall we board? Derek gestures to the boat. All right. With that, stepping aboard, you can hear as water sloshes and wood creaks as the ships depart from Calaman's docks in the dead of night. Citizens gathered along the bank to bid farewell to loved ones soon fade from view. The ships cut through the dark waters. Calaman Bay, sailing to the perilous shores under the dark and cloudy skies. And with that, we will make our way to the Northern Wastes next episode, here on Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen. Congratulations, Godfrey. Raise your armor class to 18 plus because you are now, your armor is adult only.
I was like,
With the
is it
shield, that's
already
nice.
over 18?
Yep. It's
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's 18.
21
it's,
now
Yeah, it's 21 now.
with the shield.
All right, so folks, next episode we're going to be diving deep into the Northern Wastes and are going to be doing a long quest across the wastes. It's going to be a lot of
This is
fun. I hope you
cool.
join us. Did you guys have an okay time with that? You basically had like a long shopping episode.
Yeah, no, that was good.
Good. That's what I like to
Can't
hear.
wait. Now we're prepped and ready to go.
You are, and you're
time to
on your
learn
way. I've already rolled all of
Dwarven
your
and
random
magic.
encounters.
Probably I would say like we can either decide to do this as a scene next game or not, but probably during the day Hazeal would have found Riz and Riz would give Hazeal the wand. Whatever
we'll
it
do
was.
that on the boat.
I was going to do a scene about that because Hazeal has some things to say. So if we want to do that, we can, or I can just say now that she's going to let you keep it.
Ooh.
Fancy.
You're going to let her keep the wand?
Yeah.
Okay. Understood. Let's run that scene next game. I'm curious to see how that goes. I want to see the verbiage.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
So don't
Sounds
let me
good.
forget.
Yeah, I will also say, again, we can run a scene, but it's a much smaller thing. Hazel's going to give 2 of the nourishment beads and 2 of the water beads to every one of the party,
Nice.
so that
Good.
if we get separated, we all have at least 1 emergency or 2
Mm.
emergencies. Sorry, because I bought enough for 2.
Nice. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be good. All right. So, folks, that is going to be it from us tonight. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen. We are going to be back on Saturday this week with our episode 0 of season 2, book 2, whatever you want to call it, of Mage: The Ascension of the Victorian Age. And then we are back with Shards of Nirn on Tuesday. I think that's our sequence. Do we have something on Sunday? I feel like we don't.
No, we're supposed to be recording Dork Pod on Sunday.
Oh,
so
that's
the
right. And
audience
we
will
have
get to see
Strixhaven
that, but-
on. No, we had Strixhaven.
Nope.
We have a Strixhaven
Nope.
release next week, so you'll be able to see that as well. But if you want to see more content, I definitely suggest you joining patreon.com/dorktales, where you can get access to a ton of stuff, including a Mage: The Ascension Technocracy game, episodes of Strixhaven every month, episodes of the Radiant Citadel coming in May, episodes of the Dork Tales, the podcast that was finally going to be released after a slight delay. Definitely consider joining that. And the likes of which some of our amazing patrons like Soul Omen, the world building producer who is creating stuff for our Shards of Nirn homebrew game, to my mom, our divine producer, who has no idea what that tier does, but hopefully will someday come up with a god. To Precarious, the demonic patron, who is creating all sorts of demonic doodads. To Tammy, the wizard of the Patreon, who is basically funding my magical research to creating new spells, and to the High Council of the Patreon, which includes Taryn the Traveler, Buddy, Trizelta, Amberthist, Cubby Gummy, Raven with Baubles, Karasha Urquhart, Drew Thompson, Sergio, Chef Aladeth, Larouk, Sorcerer Sanguine, and Mike Baxter. Thank you all so much. Join the Patreon. 5 more patrons, and we get Star Trek Adventures once a month as well to the Patreon. It's a pretty great deal, and you get it for the price of a cup of coffee. But you know what else you can get at a good price? You can buy dice from our sponsor, Bookwyrm Games. Go to bookwyrmgames.com and use code DorkTales to save 10%. They're a fantastic company, and I think you're really going to like their dice. Especially if you're buying them from the States, you're not going to find a better deal on that quality of dice. Everything from gemstone to wood dice. Yeah, wood dice. You wouldn't think so, but they're a thing. All the way down to resin and your normal dice, and maybe even some edible dice. Go check them out. They're a fantastic company, and you deserve some new dice. And with that, I think that's it for us. Let's call it here, folks. Good night, everybody.